Hello and welcome to the United Stand. It's Manchester United versus Middlesbrough in the Premier League, 3 o'clock New Year's Eve. How are you all doing? Let's end the year on a high, and that doesn't mean that's not a big green flag for Mourinho to pick Fellaini by any means. But let's end it on a high because we need to win this game. I've pretty much guaranteed that we will win this game. So anything other than a win, and I think we'll be really, really disappointed by it. But we are live, as Mad Marcus has just said. We're a little bit early. We are waiting on the team news. Alex has just messaged me to say that the team doesn't involve Fellaini. Lingard and Carrick come out of the team. Mkhitaryan and Martial come in the team, which would mean that either Mata or Mkhitaryan will play at number 10. Herrera will anchor the midfield. Pogba will play box to box. And then you'll get probably Mkhitaryan and Martial on the wings with Mata at 10, which is exactly what I would have done with Zlatan up front. Very happy with that. Very happy that Carrick gets rested. If Fellaini plays, Fellaini plays. I'm not going to go off on some rant because I really don't want to be doing that at the end of the year. I've got New Year's resolutions. I disagree with the manager about Fellaini even being in the squad. But if he picks him, he picks him. We can judge that at the end of the game. I think we might get away with it at home to Borough, to be totally honest. And we should still get away with Fellaini and the team at home to Borough. But what would worry me is that he seems to want to work him back into the team. You put him in games like Everton away and it doesn't work out that well. But I'm happy if it's the team that Alex has just sort of fed out to us, but we will see. Team news will come up underneath your live comments as soon as it is in. Something like that, but it's not ready yet. Lots of you liking the video, that's fantastic. Let's go for 1,000 likes. It is the end of the year, let's go for it. And also, you will see in the bottom right-hand corner, subscribers. I spoke last night. We'd only just hit 59,000 subscribers. We were saying, should we go for 60,000 before the end of the year? That means we need 800 subscribers today. If you've not subscribed to the United Stand, let's do it. We're on air for 3 hours for the whole of the game. Let's see what we can do. We've had days before where we've had a few hundred subscribers on a watch-along, so let's go for it. Let's see if we can hit 60,000 before the end of 2016 and end it on a real high for your channel. So subscribe. We'll keep an eye on that as it goes along. Let's try and let's just see what happens with it. But if you haven't subscribed, get subscribing. Sandeep saying, who wouldn't want to see Mkhitaryan, Mata, Martial behind Zlatan? Exactly. It's exciting. Very, very much looking forward to that. Ali Riaz says, Borough drew against City and Arsenal away, Mark. We need to be careful. It's a very, very good point from Ali. And we do need to be careful. I will repeat this again, but if you're not aware, I started about 3 weeks ago with a tenner. We're currently up to 50 quid. Was speaking on the preview last night about what sort of bets I was thinking for. You know what? Ali has probably just more or less made my mind up. I want to get this £10 up to 100 quid, and then I want to get it up to £1,000. So I'm going to be very, very careful with how I do it. There will be a bet every United game, and it will be United orientated. But I'm going to go with, well, I'll tell you what bet I've gone with. I've gone with two. I've put 40 quid on United to win. So 40 of the 50 I've put on United to win. So 4/5 at 1.25. So if they win, I'll get a tenner back. We'll be back up to 50. And then I've risked a tenner on United to win by 2 clear goals, which was at 1.88. So that's nearly another tenner. So if both come in, we'll be up to 70 quid. But let's just see what happens. But they're my 2 bets I've done today. I've sort of split the bets down. You might choose to do one. Another outside bet, I didn't do it. Zlatan to score at any time at 1.66. I was very, very tempted to do that. But because we've won our last 2 bets with Zlatan to score at any time, I didn't want to over egg the pudding with that one. But again, another there's 3 bets. Let's see how they come off. We're doing very well at the moment. I'm trying to get us some sort of sign-up deal with a company, actually, which hopefully we'll have in the new year. But we'll keep an eye on that. But otherwise, jump on the challenge and let's get this tenner up to 100 quid first. 3 minutes away from the team news for those who didn't know it. Sully Tube, it's his birthday. You share it with a great, an absolute great, and his name is Sir Alex. Happy birthday, mate, and absolutely happy birthday to the best manager there has ever been, and that is Sir Alex Ferguson. We'll be joined by Ross in a minute with the team news. I was talking last night about Sir Alex and actually how he influences a lot about what I am as a Manchester United fan in relation to being a bad loser, dislike of Liverpool. Some of you constantly telling me, you go on about Liverpool too much. This is what Sir Alex Ferguson did to us. He came to Manchester United. Liverpool had about 7 or 8 more titles than we've got, and he said, my first challenge is to not Liverpool off their effing perch. And boy, oh boy, did he do it. But I hate Liverpool anyway, but along the way, he really, really exaggerated my dislike for them. And I became a very bad loser because Sir Alex Ferguson was, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We were talking about it last night. Competition is good. I hate the fact that I go to these school sports days and the winner doesn't get anything. It's all a big hug of taking part. Rubbish. That's not what real life is like at all. And another thing, Pingulan just said he was unsubbed from the United Stand. You might think you subscribe to the channel. Actually make sure that you are, because a few of you have said that, and YouTube has been doing it for a few channels recently where they've been unsubscribing people and you don't know. It happened to me as well. So make sure you are subscribed. We're going for 60,000. It's going to be a hell of an effort, but share the video. The little social media things are just below. Share it out on Twitter, share it out on Facebook, share it absolutely everywhere, and let's see if we can hit 60,000 subscribers, because I tell you what a thing to be involved with. It'd be absolutely brilliant. I think we're also live on Facebook as well, which is good. So if everybody's watching on Facebook, welcome to the show. Everything's working perfectly well. We are now awaiting the team news, and whilst we await the team news, I'll also get Ross on the show. He says. That's not how you do it. He's not actually online yet, but as soon as he is, we'll get him up. And I'm multitasking. I'm very good at it. I've learned how to do it. Team news any second now. Will be any second now if people are asking. Schneidlin should start, says Azar. He won't. Remember the watch along if you are new to it. Subscribe to the United Stand. I'm going to keep saying it, but it's massively about you in the live comments. If you've watched videos before, the live comments is massively what the watch along is all about. Live from an hour before kickoff, right the way through until full time. I appreciate some of the people who normally are watching from Australia, etc. You may well be celebrating your new year right now. So happy new year to those who are. Let us know what time it is where you are, because I know we get a lot of people watching worldwide. We're very interested to see that. In fact, let's hold off for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes before we do that, because the team news is imminent and probably actually should be in by now. Nervously, we await to see if Fellaini starts. He's typing. Computer can start. Computer says no. Right. Does Fellaini start for Manchester United? We're still waiting. Does Fellaini start for Manchester United? We're still waiting. Is anybody getting the name? Fellaini is starting. Fellaini is starting, I'm hearing. That's really disappointing. He does start. Well, we sort of expected that, didn't we? Matters drops for Fellaini. That is disappointing. Disappointing. Fellaini does start then. Alex got it wrong. Right, well, let's go through the team, because I know that's what a lot of you will want to hear first of all. De Gea in goal, Valencia, Smalling, Bailly, Blind. So Rojo's been rested. He is actually resting quite a few players. Obviously Rojo's rested and Jones is rested. So Smalling and Bailly, Blind, Fellaini anchoring the midfield, Herrera and Pogba in the midfield with him, Martial on the left, Mkhitaryan on the right, Zlatan up front, and the bench is Jones and Rojo, Lingard and Mata, Schweinsteiger and Rashford. Interesting. Not so interesting that I want to whack my earpiece out. It's an interesting team, you know what? It's an interesting team because Ross is on. Let's get him on. The Fellaini thing, I did say before, the Fellaini thing is a concern. It is a massive concern, but we... can you hear me, Ross?
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
I'm good. Are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
Okay, I'm going to throw to you the team while I type it out for everybody. Some people are not very happy. My thoughts, because I know a lot of people will probably be tuning in just to see what I've got to say about Fellaini starting for Manchester United. He shouldn't be anywhere near the team. I will never change my mind about that. Nowhere near the team. He's absolute garbage. He's not Manchester United class. He's not even Chelsea, Everton, Swansea class. He is not nowhere near good enough for Manchester United. And when you look at the bench and you see Bastian Schweinsteiger sat on it and Fellaini starting for Manchester United, that is a concern. But I'm not going to go as far as Christopher to say that that's 3 points dropped, because you look at the rest of the team, Mkhitaryan on the right, Martial on the left, Pogba, Herrera, Zlatan, that team should be enough to beat Middlesbrough. I think what frustrates me the most about it, Ross, is Mourinho's constant forcing of Fellaini on the fans. He's like, every game he throws him on for a couple of minutes, and then today he's taken that opportunity to start him. It's like, I think we'll get away with it today, and I think the Fellaini fun bus will be back rolling at 5 o'clock, because everyone will be going, Fellaini's not bad again like they were in August. I think we will beat Borough today. I'm not changing my prediction of it at all. Fellaini shouldn't be in the team, but I still think we'll win.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Mark. You know, we probably will win today. And Fellaini will probably have a good game, because Middlesbrough's midfield's not really up to that much cop. So the thing is, it's kind of the United fans' fault in a way, because this whole booing Fellaini thing, it just makes Mourinho even more stubborn. And I don't agree with it. I agree that he shouldn't be playing, but booing him, it sends a false message to Mourinho and makes him more stubborn, which I think is why he's on today, because he was booed the last game he played against. I forgot who we played, but anyway, I was there. But he was booed that game, and you know he'll probably get booed again, and it'll make Mourinho that much more stubborn. And like you say, he'll probably have a good game today, and you know he might even get a goal, and then all of a sudden we're looking at Fellaini being the replacement to Carrick, which he, like you say, absolutely isn't. We need to find a solution, not just square pegs, round holes, and that's what Fellaini is to me. He's not a Michael Carrick replacement. It'd be interesting to see sort of where he plays in relation to Herrera, if he plays sort of Herrera in the Carrick role, or if he actually gives that to Fellaini. But if he does, it's absolute madness. Absolute madness.
It is. I mean, Alex said it before, and it is fair to say this, that it's like we're playing with 10 men in to start off with. And I didn't want to have to bring this up, but I don't normally argue anymore on Twitter, but I was in a bit of a mood for an argue on my personal account at Mark Goldbridge earlier, and somebody tweeted, "Just shut up and listen and back whatever the manager says, no matter what." And I just replied and said, "You'd have been fantastic in Nazi Germany, mate," because that is exactly what is. You know, you don't sit back and just accept anything just because the manager says so or the Prime Minister says so. If you've got an opinion, you share it. I personally can never ever accept Fellaini at Manchester United. You can dislike me for it, you can say I'm wrong, you'll never sway my opinion. And I'm sure Jose Mourinho has got no interest in what me, the United stand, or you fans really think. Ultimately, he will do what he likes, and that's the good mark of a manager. But he will never ever sway my opinion on Fellaini. He will never be a Manchester United player, and that is based on watching him for 3 years and seeing that you cannot turn a pile of shit into a nugget of gold. It is impossible. You can't do it. You can look at certain players and say they've got certain skills, you can turn it around, but he doesn't have it. He's not fast. He's not good at passing the ball. He's got no agility. All he's good at doing is holding the ball up, which actually, when you're in the midfield, you don't hold the ball up. Play him off the number 9, hit him with 40-yard passes like Everton used to. Yeah, great. We're not going to see him do that today, though, are we, Ross? We're going to see him probably as a defensive midfielder, hopefully as a box-to-box, because I'd rather have Herrera taking the ball off the back foot.
Yeah, 100%. But do you know what? It's easy to get bogged down with Fellaini because it is infuriating. It's probably the most infuriating team selection I've seen, in a long time. But then we're sort of losing the fact that we've actually got Mkhitaryan and Martial playing in a game, which almost overcompensates having Fellaini in that midfield, because we're going to be so electric going forward with that pace on the wings. And I just hope that Fellaini can sort of distribute the ball quick enough, which he can't, which is why I'd like to see Herrera in that Carrick role, to sort of play the ball about and get that ball wide to Mkhitaryan, because Mkhitaryan's absolutely explosive. He's one of the, he's playing the best football I've seen at United personally, in years. So there is positives there, and the back four solid, up front we look solid. It's just that one selection which is dragging this down. Apart from that, if we'd have had Bastian Schweinsteiger in there, I'd have said this would have been the exact same team that I would have picked for this game.
We weren't far off. I mean, there's a lot to talk about. Let's not dwell on Fellaini for too much longer. We can talk about that. I mean, I think the issue for me is a great point somebody else made, to be honest. It's the fact that if United win today, which I think they will, Mourinho seems to be on this stubborn crusade. I think he thinks it's the press that is proving wrong, but actually it's the fans who don't want Fellaini. It's nothing to do with the bloody press. But we'll see Fellaini more and more used, and we might get away with using him at home against Borough, but we won't get away with playing him at home against Liverpool, away against Arsenal, even at Everton's. We won't get away with it. That's where the problem with Fellaini will expose himself. Hopefully not literally, that would be horrific. But Alex tweeted it, and he obviously had a bad source that, again, another United stand source told us Fellaini was starting, get a load of criticism, and it happens. I didn't want it to happen, I wanted it to be wrong there. But he was saying that Mata would start, but we have rested a lot of players. Glenn Ireland just said, why not play Mata instead of Fellaini? The team that starts today, Ross, I wouldn't expect this to be the team. Let's not forget, we are playing in 48 hours. 5:15 on Monday, we play West Ham away. You look at that team, no Carrick, totally left out. You'd expect him to come back against West Ham. Jones and Rojo, you'd expect them to be playing at West Ham because we've got Smalling and Bailly playing today. That's an odd one because some of us would probably think Smalling and Bailly are our first choice centre-backs. Trust me, they're not at the moment. Jones and Rojo are rested. Lingard's probably been rested for West Ham. Mata may well have been rested for West Ham. Carrick certainly has. So there is an eye on the West Ham game, which in fairness, if Fellaini was playing against West Ham, I'd be worried.
100%. Like you say, Rojo and Jones are our first choice centre-backs at the minute. Just based on the form, they've been absolutely electric at the back. And we will probably see, Jesse Lingard against West Ham, and we're probably going to see Juan Mata. It will be the polar opposite to this team, apart from Herrera, Pogba and Ibrahimovic, which, get a buy into every game. And I think they've sort of worked hard and they deserve that at the minute. But yeah, it is, Maybe he's looked at it and thought, do you know what, I need to rotate this midfield if I'm going to put Fellaini in, because he is a player that we have and he wants to use him. I don't think that Mourinho sees Fellaini as, he knows he's not going to win a Champions League, Fellaini. He probably knows he's not going to win a league title with Fellaini, but, probably based in that situation, 48 hours between games, I'll throw him in there. He's going to be protected by Pogba and Herrera, and, it gives Carrick that rest. And look, the big game is in 48 hours' time, because I have no doubt that we will win this game. And if we don't, it'll be an absolute travesty. But the next game is going to be a tough one, and that's where we need our strongest team.
Thanks to Haraz, who's subscribed. I'll talk about that in a second. I just want to say, if we don't win this game, it will, there'll be a lot of stick about Fellaini. For me, I'm not going to, if we lose the game and Fellaini makes the mistakes I expect him to every time I see him on a football pitch, then obviously I'm going to be quite vocal about that. But ultimately, I don't think playing Fellaini against Middlesbrough will be the reason we don't win this game. I think, we should be beating Middlesbrough. You could even, I'm trying to think of anybody as crap as Fellaini, but realistically, there isn't anybody in world football. But if we put somebody else in that side who wasn't that good, I'd still expect us to win. I'm very excited that Tony Martial's playing. I want to talk about him and Mkhitaryan with Ross next. But it's more, what concerns me was in relation to a brilliant comment that was made last night in the preview. It's not about Fellaini starting against Middlesbrough. It's about Mourinho's constant use of Fellaini, bringing him on against Everton and we drop the 2 points, bringing him on every single game for the last 2 minutes, forcing him into a starting lineup. He wants to use him, and that concerns me, because Fellaini is the only player who's been at United for 3 years and we've never finished above 4th place. There's a reason for that, and that's because he consistently plays. He's not a very good player. We're on 59,250 subscribers, just about, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner in the white box. We are going for the impossible dream. 60,000 subscribers before the end of this year. It's your channel. Hit that subscribe button. If you've not subscribed to the United Stand, if you are new, we are the biggest independent Manchester United fan channel. It's all about live content. It's all about getting you involved with it. Subscribe. Let's have a positive. Let's finish it on a high, 2016. And I'm not talking about Fellaini in the starting lineup. I've done that joke twice now. Hit the subscribe button. Join the charge with us. Let's see if we can do it, folks. 1,000 likes on this video, and we need about 1,000 subscribers. So share, tweet it out, get everybody you can. Let's go for it. Subscribe. Let's do that challenge. However, I want to talk about Martial in the team, Ross. I mean, that is a positive. I don't expect him to play against West Ham, but the fact that he is starting, and that goes nicely along with a comment I heard from Mourinho today, talking about Memphis, basically saying, I haven't used Memphis a lot because for the last 2 months he's made it abundantly clear he wants to leave United. However, I've been using Martial, Lingard and Mkhitaryan because I know they 100% want to stay.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant as well. And I think Martial has had the Mkhitaryan treatment, and he come on against Sunderland, and he looked fantastic to me. He was showing glimpses of the Martial of last season. I think his form's coming back. I don't know if he's had the same sort of bulking up treatment as Mkhitaryan. I don't think he needed that. But Mourinho's definitely taken him out of the starting lineup and basically giving him a bit of a hard time and said, you've got to work to get back in this team. And it's a great kind of character, and it gives Mourinho that trust to see, is he going to fight for his place, or is he just going to do a Memphis or a Di Maria and just clear off? And Memphis took that road, Di Maria took that road. Look what he's done for Di Maria, and it just enforces that trust that Mourinho will now have in Martial, which is fantastic. And I think going into the back end of this season, to have an informed Martial and an informed Mkhitaryan, call me biased, but I think we'll have the best sort of midfield and striker partnership in the Premier League. Name a better partnership than informed Mkhitaryan, Ibrahimovic, Martial. I think it's scarily good. So that's such a positive, and this is a massive opportunity for Martial today against a weak Middlesbrough defence. So I'd like to see a goal from Martial today, 100%. And Mkhitaryan just needs to carry on doing what he's doing because absolutely phenomenal.
Yes, I'm very excited about Mkhitaryan starting, as I'm sure a lot of people are. I mean, just breaking news, don't know whether it's true. Apparently, Michael Carrick is ill. He's not rested, he is ill, which starts to make me feel a little bit ill that we might have to play Fellaini against West Ham. So that is a bit of a concern. We were talking about, obviously Zlatan and Pogba starting, which I think is very important. As bad as Borough may well be, it's important that we win this game. Zlatan needs 2 goals to finish 2016 as the highest scorer in the whole of Europe. Do you think Zlatan will score today, Ross? I mean, 1.66. We do a little bit of bets on the United stand now. I've been doing Zlatan to score at any time for the last couple of games, and he certainly hasn't done me wrong. It's not the bet I've gone with today, but do you fancy Zlatan to get on the score sheet today?
I actually fancy Zlatan to get. I saw a comment which reaffirmed it, to get 2 goals today, because he always proves everyone wrong, and he always has his doubters, but he just comes up with the goods. And against what I'm going to keep calling a poor Middlesbrough team, I think he should be getting 2 goals as long as. And let's not forget, he's got. Yeah, I know Jesse Lingard's been playing well, but he hasn't got Jesse Lingard and Juan Mata feeding him today. He's got Martial and Mkhitaryan, but he's going to get a lot of opportunities in that forward line. So 2 goals for him, I think, and then he'll end the year being the top scorer in world football, which again will prove all the doubters wrong. What's
your score prediction for it now? I know a lot of people may have thought that a bit more confident with Fellaini out of the team. He's in it. Does that change your thoughts on what you think the result's going to be?
No, my score prediction is going to be 3-0 to United. I've gone with that quite a few times. Actually went with that against Sunderland, but that went tits up at the end. And for a bet, and don't get this sort of confused with me liking Fellaini, because I absolutely don't. But my bet will be Fellaini to score a goal today, because I can just see it happening, and then him pushing his way back into our team, which is what we don't want. I can just see it happening.
You know what? There's always going to be, one sunny day doesn't make a summer, and Fellaini is paid a lot of money. He's a bad footballer, but you keep putting him in a Manchester United team, and like Ross says, at some point he's going to have a decent game surrounded by decent players. He's going to get an opportunity. One thing he does get, he always gets opportunities to score goals. I won't change. I want this. If any, people seem to do this quite a lot now with the United stand. They trawl our past videos, take a little 5-second segment, and then throw it in against something that's not relevant. But you can throw this in, because I'm going to say it right now. I guarantee you, Fellaini may well score today, or he might play quite well. And all you hypocrites who can't stand Fellaini, of which there's 99.9% of you, very quickly, 50% of them will be on the Fellaini fun bus again, because that is the way of modern football. I will never get on it. I will never get on it, because you know what? I'll keep saying this. Fellaini could score a hat-trick against Borough today. People have scored hat-tricks before. Peter Crouch has probably got a couple. So Fellaini could get a hat-trick today. But it doesn't. It's Borough at home. It's not Arsenal away. It's not Liverpool at home. It's not the Manchester derby. This is Middlesbrough at home. Middlesbrough are probably a championship side. So Fellaini should play well against them. All I want to see from United fans, and you don't have to go along with this, is just a bit of bloody consistency in your opinions. I don't like Fellaini. He's not a United player. I'll never change that opinion, even if he's man of the match today. it doesn't, one game doesn't make up for 3 seasons of shit. But I don't think it's going to be impactful enough for us to lose the game. I think we'll win the game. I think we'll win the game by a couple of goals, to be honest, Ross, because I can't see that we want to be in that situation where we're holding on to a 1-0 win again.
Yeah, 100%. And I think for players like Smalling and Bailey, a clean sheet is an absolute must today. Smalling needs to fight for his place in his team against Marcus Rojo, which is, a year ago we'd have thought that has been absolutely crazy. But he's got a point to prove, and he will need a clean sheet today. So I think you're going to see a very solid performance from Smalling and Bailey today. So I'll be very surprised to see us concede a goal.
Just having a look at some of your live comments. Paul McCluskey says, what's the lineup? Yep, I'm having a little bit of a problem with my tacker today. I don't know why. But the lineup is De Gea in goal. It's Valencia at right back. It's Smalling and Bay as centre back. Rojo and Jones rested for this game. Another game in 48 hours against West Ham away, remember. Daley Blind at left back. I'm happy with that. Fellaini. Move on quickly. Herrera and Pogba in the midfield. Apparently Carrick is ill, not rested. And then the team gets very good. Mkhitaryan on the right, Martial on the left, Zlatan up front. For me, Mkhitaryan is a lot quicker than a lot of you realise, so we've got pace there. Martial's got pace to burn. Pogba's fast. Herrera's quite dynamic. Zlatan doesn't need the pace. So it's a good team. I think Borough will and have... I mean, this is important to throw back at you, Ross. Borough... I don't know whether this is 100% correct. It certainly is in relation to Arsenal. They went to Arsenal and they got a 0-0 draw. And apparently they got a draw at City as well. So as much as we're saying we're going to beat Borough, and I think we will, we cannot afford to be complacent. And, 1 weak cog in that midfield, we know who we're talking about, could cause us problems. An early goal, I would think, is pretty important for United. Certainly one in the first half.
100%. I mean, they're good at sitting back and soaking up pressure. But at the same time, I think in the past, United have been dealing with this, playing every team that we play at Old Trafford sits there and soaks up pressure. I think Mourinho, for the first time, the first manager in 3 years, has managed to find a way of unlocking defences like that. So it'd be interesting to see what Middlesbrough do, because they can see that United can now unlock a defence sitting back. So will they go at United? I very much doubt it. Which, again, might be why Fellaini's on there, because let's not forget, with Fellaini out of the team, we have been abysmal at set pieces. And to be honest, I don't think Fellaini's a very good header of the ball for a player of his height. I think he's absolutely abysmal at it. But he might be in that team to just try and give us, if it is 0-0 after 60 minutes, it probably will resort to long ball to Fellaini, which we all don't want to see. But you can just see the thought process in Mourinho's mind in playing him, and it's just too easy to do. When you're a midfielder and you're struggling to find a ball and you see a 7-foot tree up the top, it's natural to hit that tree. But I still think 3-0 should be easy. I know they've had good results. I know they've got... I just saw Alex tweeting me saying that they've only conceded 2 more than United this season, but still, I think their defence is poor, and I think we should be rolling them over.
Yeah, I'm just having a quick look at to see what if Mr. Alex Adams has said anything of... God, my computer is a little bit slow. Manchester United have actually, this just it's always worth having a little quick bit of a look of Twitter when you're online. Manchester United have actually tweeted that Michael Carrick misses today's game with illness. That is a concern. Because if he's ill, that probably means he doesn't play on Monday, and I'd have major concerns about who's going to play that position on Monday, because. I mean, I don't want to keep repeating it, but the frustration I have with Manchester United is that Alex is saying let's sub Fellaini off now. The 3 years on, we're still using a player that we never should have signed. I don't know how he does it. I don't know what he does. A lot of people say, oh, he must be fantastic in training. I don't really buy that. I've watched every Manchester United game for the last 3 years and beyond. And it doesn't matter what you do in training, it's what you do on the pitch. And we're not all ignoring, not looking when Fellaini's got the ball or anything like that. We've all seen him in a United shirt. He's just not good enough. But he gets picked for some reason. I don't know what it is. And people I sort of respect you in a way that you back what the manager wants to do. I think that's wrong. But I think, I back Jose Mourinho's Manchester United manager, but I won't stand back and sit back and say I'm going to agree with him on somebody I've more than had enough opportunity to make my mind up years before Jose even got the job. So yeah, he probably is doing something in training, but I've never seen anything in a Manchester United shirt to make me understand why he plays for United. I mean, I know he scored the odd goal. I mean, people say we won the FA Cup because of him. I seem to remember the goal you're on about, and it hit him in the stomach and went in the back of the net. But he's not particularly good in the air, like Ross says. I don't get it. I mean, Mourinho has. I mean, we've got to always try and be balanced on this, Ross. Jose has said that it's not always about the player, it's about the person, and he clearly likes Fellaini, and he was referring to Fellaini about that. But I think he's on some sort of crusade here that will ultimately always end like the Titanic. It will sink. This crusade with Fellaini will sink, because I predicted he would do this. He's been building up to this. People kept saying, why do you think he brings Fellaini on for the last few minutes of every game? And for me, it was always because he was building up towards this, starting him in a game. And it didn't surprise me that he has started. But I don't understand. I mean, I'm rambling a little bit because I do not understand. And if people in the live comments want to say what they think, can you find any justification, Ross? Seriously?
I kind of can. I mean, I know you obviously don't like Fellaini. It's not personal. It is the footballer Fellaini. But I always go back to the comments of Ryan Giggs and sort of try and think, if you were the manager of Manchester United and you did have one player in training that would literally do anything you told him to do, whether it was play left back, up front, he'd literally run through a brick wall for you. Might not do it very well on the pitch, but he's always got that intent. It's hard to leave a player like that out. And you know what? United teams, most of our greatest teams have always had a sort of a weak link, not in the starting 11, but on the bench. We've always had John O'Shea's, we've always had a Wes Brown. So I don't think Fellaini is completely redundant in this United team. I'm glad that Mourinho has realised that we're not going to win the Premier League starting Fellaini every game, and that's not going to happen. He might have a job at United playing against a Middlesbrough. Let's not forget this is Middlesbrough, and if we win today, Fellaini might play well. I just hope Jose Mourinho's got the sense to realise that it was Middlesbrough, and we're not going to beat Liverpool and Man City and Arsenal with Fellaini in the team. But there might be the odd game where he could come of use, but Mourinho just needs to realise, and he might have already realised, we don't know, but what he's going to use Fellaini for, and that's the only sort of logic I can put to playing him today. And there could be positives out of it. You don't know.
Yeah, we're over 59,300 subscribers. Keep subscribing. I think we can hit 60,000 while we're on air. Keep subscribing, keep sharing it. Tracy Connolly says, the United stand, do you like Peppa Pig? I do. I'd rather they were playing in our midfield than Fellaini. And Ahmed says, Giggs said that he does exactly what you ask him to do, says Ahmed. Well, he doesn't do it when he's on the pitch, mate, because I'm sure we didn't send him on to give a stupid penalty away against Everton. But I've never seen him do anything in a United shirt, really, other than cause trouble. Melik loves the defence. Let's have a reminder. Valencia, Bay, Smalling and Blind. On paper, that's a better defence than Rojo and Jones, but on form, it clearly isn't. Happy New Year, says Lim Sam. I appreciate a lot of you. It will be New Year. We do get foreigners. That sounds like I'm being derogatory to you. We do get foreign viewers on the show. I'm not derogatory at all. I'm very interested to know, actually. We'll do it in a couple of minutes, where you are and whether you've had Happy New Year. The New Year yet. We obviously haven't for a few hours, but it is New Year's Eve here still, as we approach 3:30. But Happy New Year if you are, to all the United family. We need to stop complaining about Fellaini. We need to stop this. We need to support every player in Manchester United. If you play, then support him so he can do his best, says Sal G. I disagree with you. It's your opinion. I don't agree with that. I've always been consistent with this. I don't like win, lose or draw, support your team. And I think everybody who says that now is a hypocrite. And I'll tell you why. I've been doing the United stand long enough to know what it was like when we had Moyes, what it was like when we had the bad days under Van Gaal. And you lot weren't saying support the manager now, whoever support the team, whoever's in a United shirt, win, lose or draw, it's fine, love United. That's bollocks. It was never like that. And there's nothing wrong with having an opinion. Don't knock people for having an opinion. If yours is that, I applaud you. It isn't mine. You don't have to have my opinion. You don't have to have theirs. Just have an opinion and back it up. But I don't like this. Just back him because he wears a United shirt. Absolute rubbish. If you don't think somebody's good enough, have the courage of your convictions to say it. I certainly do. Hi, Mark from Armenia, says Jazz Group. Hello. I don't know whether you speak like that in Armenia, but we've got the best Armenian in the world, Mkhitaryan, and he starts, and that is a positive with Martial, who's one of my favourite players. Who's playing the holding role, says Ryan Griffin. We won't know till the game starts. Basti is on the bench. Tony Ike, or like... Amen says, go and talk to Mourinho about Fellaini. I'd love to. He won't listen. West Ham midfield, Herrera holding, Pogba box to box, and Rooney at 10, says Jake Warner. Yep, we have got players who are being rested. Remember, we've got Mata as well. Do you think the rest of the team don't like Fellaini playing? Says, I think it was Hirsch. It's flying by. Happy New Year, says Kurt. Fellaini is a big, tall player, which Mourinho likes, says J-Dog. A la Matic. He's tall. He's not a la bloody Jemba, but he's tall. Top of the afternoon to you from Islands. I mean, let's talk about the game a little bit, Ross. I nearly called you Paul again. Negredo up front, that is going to be a threat. I do like the fact that we're playing Bay and Smalling, Bay especially. I think Jones and Rojo have been far better in the air recently. But it was only a few weeks ago we were saying we are rubbish on crosses. I think Bay is that centre-back that we like, sort of Vidic-esque, who goes and attacks a ball, and he likes the physical aspect of the game. And Negredo, I don't think there's a lot of difference between Sunderland and Borough, but what Borough have that Sunderland don't have is a striker like Zlatan. I mean, he's not like Zlatan, but you know what I mean. He's physically, and if they put decent ball into the box, which is the, you know, it's not rocket science tactically. So many teams have done this to United over the years. You sit back and then you use set pieces as your opportunity.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, in the Sunderland game, Sunderland cheered corners like it was a goal. It was absolutely ridiculous. But you know, the player that I'm most worried about playing for Middlesbrough today is probably Victor Valdez, because goalkeepers seem to have worldies against United, and if he has a worldie, he can be near enough unstoppable as a shot stopper. I think he's a fantastic goalie, but he's poor in the air and he's poor at set pieces. So it might be another sort of, you know, inkling into why Fellaini's playing today, because you put him on Valdez. I think he's probably a bit taller than Valdez, to be honest. So that might disrupt him. But apart from that, I know Negredo is a bit of a beast in the box, but I think he's a long far short of what he was at Man City. And, you know, he was quite average for Valencia even. So I'm not even that worried about him. Personally, I find Defoe more of a threat in the box and in and around the box than Negredo. And I think sort of Rojo and Jones handled him absolutely superbly. So looking at Negredo's sort of height and presence, Smalling's got more than enough. If Smalling man marks him out of the game, let Bay do all the mopping up of the sort of stuff on the floor. And I think that, as I say, that they should not concede against this Middlesbrough team. And, you know, I just hope that Valdez does us all a favour and has an absolutely abysmal game today, because he can be a very good shot stopper. But again, I think we should be winning them 3-4-0.
I mean, Valdez I know he played a couple of games for us, but he was all, like you say, a very good shot stopper. His only real thing, and it's not his fault because he comes from a league where it's just not part of the game, is the cross. Unfortunately, United haven't been fantastic at crosses, but hopefully today, with the likes of Mkhitaryan, we can get some decent crossing into the box, because I think Mkhitaryan and Herrera, if we can get him out onto the right, have a decent cross on them. Draughty Devil is bigging up Fellaini. United stand, do you know, Fulltime Devils? Oh, you know when you read a sentence and you really wish you hadn't? I've sort of read it. Of course I do. I'd have to have my head under a bloody rock, wouldn't I, not to know who they are. Happy New Year, Mark from Dublin. Can you give my girlfriend Amy a shout out? She fancies you, says Kenneth Allen. She's only human. Hello, Amy. Big shout out and a smile for you. And I hope Memphis will get a chance before he gets sold, says Christian. I'm glad you mentioned that, Christian, actually. I'm going to mention something just very quickly before I refer this to Ross. 59,333 subscribers in the bottom right-hand corner. It's just gone up again. It's just gone up again. It's just gone up again. Higher, higher, higher. We're going for 60,000. We're on air for the next 2.5 hours. I think we can do it. Keep sharing the video, liking the video. It's a collective effort on the United stand. Let's see if we can get up there. It would be amazing to hit it before the end of the year. Subscribe, like the video, 1,000 likes, and let's try and get a few subscribers as well. But let's talk Memphis very quickly, Ross, because we were talking about it at the start, and I appreciate people come and go during the hour before kickoff. That ship is I mean, the Schneiderlin one, I'll let you comment on that as well. But realistically, I've said Schneiderlin's an embarrassment. And today, it really brings home what an embarrassment he is, that he's not even on the bench and Fellaini's starting in our midfield. I mean, that is the ultimate, how anybody could ever say Schneiderlin deserves a chance now, because Fellaini's obviously doing very well in training. Schneiderlin must just be walking around with a cigar on, because that's embarrassing. And Memphis as well, that ship has surely sailed. Mourinho came out yesterday and said that the reason he's not been using Memphis is that Memphis has made it abundantly clear he wants to leave in January. So he's focused on people who 100% want to stay: Lingard, Mkhitaryan and Martial. The Memphis, I know, I respect them. They've been very consistent in their love for Memphis and wanting him to see him in a United shirt. I was over the moon when we signed him. But ultimately, when it comes to football, you've got to put the effort in. You know, one thing I would always say about this badge is, if you're going to wear it, it's an absolute privilege. It's an absolute privilege to wear that badge. It means so much. It's got such a history. It's the best story in football. It's the best story in sport. And when you get the number 7 on the back of your shirt, there is a responsibility. And for me, he's wiped his arse with that shirt. His attitude absolutely stinks. He's finished. He's gone.
Yeah, that's why it's great following United Stand on Twitter, actually, because I got that information from your account, which is brilliant. And seeing that, I mean, it kind of made sense over the last 2 to 3 months why he hasn't been playing, and it made sense what Mourinho said. And Mourinho will back a player that will work hard for him, regardless of how good they're playing. And we've seen it with Fellaini, we've seen it with Rojo. We've actually seen some results out of that, and he would have done the same for Memphis. And there's obviously an attitude problem there. We saw it from the first week he come into the club with the whole Van Persie thing, which, to be honest, didn't sit that well with me from the start. But you kind of you sort of silenced it out because we were so excited to see the new number 7 at United, and from the first game I was ecstatic to watch him play, and he never really hit the ground running. And there's always, I think when he come to United he thought he'd made it and that was it. He's done all his hard work. He's at United. He's got the number 7. He's got a huge contract. That's it. He's done. And he actually forgot that you've got to work hard to be at United, and it's not a given that you're going to play every game. And you know what? He had the full backing of Van Gaal, and you know he was Van Gaal's sort of love child, and even he stopped playing him, which was a massive thing. And you know what? Good riddance to him and Schneiderlin, because they have had their chances, and we might not have seen a lot of their chances on the pitch, but they've obviously, in training and their attitude, it hasn't been good enough. And you know, when you've got a Jesse Lingard in your team that will work his absolute socks off, he might not have the raw talent that Memphis has, but he works so hard and his movement's fantastic. And when Memphis comes on and expects to just sort of swan around and score goals when he can't even hit a free kick, for crying out loud, good riddance to him.
I think that's a great point as well. I mean, the one thing I've said quite consistently about Memphis is he has had opportunities. People seem to think he deserves to play 10 games in a row. You've got to grasp your opportunity. Nobody should be given 10 games in a row just to try and find some form that may never appear. But Ross is spot on. This is a player who at PSV was, you know, the Dutch league's not great. Some players come over from there and they do really well, some don't because the standard's not great. But one thing he was good at in Holland was scoring free kicks. There's no excuse for not scoring free kicks. It's not even as if his free kicks were close. They were just awful. So there's a massive attitude problem there. He does need to go. Just want to say we're in a slightly different studio as well for the new year. We've changed where the score will be and the timer, etc. Slightly bigger live comments box. Obviously the subscriber number in the bottom right hand corner, which is just above that, is the hologram to click and subscribe. Please do. We want to get 60,000. But thanks for the Draughty Devil again for designing that for us. He was on the show a couple of nights ago. Happy New Year to everybody involved with the United Stand. If I don't get a chance to say it again, hopefully I will do. Red Wazzles says, Mark, can you give my wife Rachel a shout out? She is pregnant and wants to name the baby Mark. Oh, that's nice. There's your shout out, Rachel. No. I don't hate Fellaini, but there is no way in hell he can start ahead of Mata, says Jack Sparrow. You've got to, you know what? I will defend and say that there is a balance to this. That we have a game in 48 hours, so we do need to rest players. A lot of people asking what the team news is. It's De Gea in goal. I'm having problems with the Taka today. Sorry, it normally is going along. I will sort it out for as quick as possible. De Gea in goal. Valencia at right back. It's Smalling and Bailly centre back. Rojo and Jones rested. Blind at left back. Fellaini, Herrera and Pogba in the midfield. Then it gets good. Mkhitaryan on the right, Martial on the left, and Zlatan up front. So I'm very, very excited about that. And hopefully, I think it will be enough to beat Borough. I really do think it will be. Ross, I've probably kept you for as long as is necessary. Hopefully you will join us at half-time again. But I'm sure you did give us your score prediction. You've predicted that Fellaini is going to score. You can get that at 20-1. Go and put your mortgage on it. But what's your score prediction? And you normally do give us a bit of... Have you got a bet on today as well?
I have. I've done Fellaini to score at any time. I've put a fiver on that, and I've done...
You'd be a millionaire, mate.
I know, and I've done Zlatan to score first.
Ah, right, okay. And what was your score prediction?
3-0.
3-1 to United. My
3-0.
3-0. 3-0.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, well, I'll see you at half-time, mate. Enjoy the game.
Cheers,
and hopefully it's not going to turn into a nightmare on New Year's Eve. But I'll speak to you soon, pal.
See you later, bye.
Cheers. And you can follow Ross on Twitter. We can follow us all on Twitter. At United Stand MUFC is the Twitter account. Then you've got at Hazard90, which is Ross. Write these down. And at Mark Goldbridge, I'm on Twitter. I don't tweet as much as I probably should do, but when I do, like, I argue with people like I did today. Some people said I should have deleted it. But what was basically said is I wasn't happy about Fellaini starting, and somebody said you should shut up, you should back whatever the manager tells us. And I said, you do fantastic in Nazi Germany, mate, because I don't just sit back. As much as I back Mourinho, I really do think he's the right man. I don't just sit back and whatever somebody in charge of me tells me what to do, I just do it. That's not what life is. You question it if you don't agree with it. However, I do think we will win this game today. I don't think Fellaini playing in the team will cause us too many problems. We can beat Borough with 10 men. Emma Wood wants a shout out. Marcus, why did you censor me my last comment, says George Kyle. It's probably because you swore, mate. There are censors on the live comments section. Some of you think you get blocked or deleted. We just have certain words that are censored and won't come up. So there we go. When will you do a transfer show, says Sandeep. Very quickly, let me just tell you about that. I did a transfer show a couple of nights ago. If you're new to the United Stands, click the subscribe button because we are live basically at 8:30 every single night. Monday's Skype Goldbridge, where you Skype in and dictate the show. Tuesday's normally a preview. Wednesday we'll do a transfer show. Thursday, I forget. Friday night is always the preview at 8:30 for the weekend game. Sunday night live, not tomorrow because it's New Year's Day, but every other Sunday of the year at 8:30 reviewing the weekend. And obviously every watch along, every game we're in now before with the team news and right the way through till full time. So subscribe, get involved. It is your channel. In relation to transfers, we're always very good on transfers. We get more right than we do get wrong. In fact, I think we're over 80% when we say a deal's going to be done. We're over 80%, and if anybody can beat that, fair play. I've said Lindelof's a done deal. Now, the British press are saying it isn't. So it's going to be very interesting to see who's right on that. I'm not changing my stance. Lindelof is a done deal as far as we're concerned. I think Benfica want more money than United want to pay, but they are still in for Lindelof. That could happen in the next couple of days. However, the transfer window opens tomorrow, and from tomorrow we will be doing a daily 5-10 minute show on the United Stand. People seem to like this United ramble thing I do, which is a walk holding up my phone. We're going to do a special New Year's Day one tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. And then every single day, probably around lunchtime, we'll do a 5-minute update on the phone as to what's going on with transfer news. So it all kicks off tomorrow, and I think United will be interesting to watch. Get commenting in the comments and let us know what time it is. Are you nearly at New Year? Because it'd be great if some of you are actually going to hit New Year while the game's on. We're not going to hit it until another, do your maths, 9 hours and 19 minutes. Get Rashford on for Fellaini. Lindelof isn't coming, says John Leonandes. Well, let's see. And I'm off to watch the game and prepare snacks. See you at half time, says Louise. You can stay with us for the whole game. Will Robbie be present on the ramble? Yes, he will. Clark Kent. And why doesn't Jose play Schweini, says Abdris. I think Schweinsteiger will go in January, actually. I think Schneidlin, Memphis and Schweinsteiger are the three players that are going to go. We are not going to lose Fellaini, obviously. I mean, he's bloody starting. Carrick, Happy New Year, Mark, says Shuri. Louise, can you make me a snack? Says George Kyle. I'll have one as well. And Jay Bradford. It's 8:42 a.m. in Minnesota, so you've got a long time till New Year. But it's 1:45 a.m. in Australia, says Anthony Zanus. So they are into the new year. And Jack Rose is on about Cumbria. I know where that is. Hi. And 15 minutes till New Year, Sydney, Australia, says Jonesy. So that's good. When we kick off, will actually be New Year as well. I'm having problems with my stream. I'm gonna put my hands up and say I'm having problems with the stream. Not in the sense with the live comments, they are working. Not in the sense with me, I am here. But the actual system is not letting me change anything. So I can't change screen. I can't change the score. I might be able to... No, I can't even do that. So I don't want it to stay 0-0, and I'll have to just tell you that it's not 0-0. But I'm having a bit of problems. But this, as we are at the moment, is fine. We're nearly at 59,400 subscribers. If you're joining us late, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 60,000 subscribers before the end of 2016. If you're in Australia, we're not going to do it in 15 minutes, but we are live until full time. We might be able to do that in the next 2 hours. So get sharing it, get tweeting it, do everything you can. Subscribe. The subscribe button is just above the number in the bottom right hand corner. Subscribe. Let's do it. Let's do it. This is the challenge for today. Can we get 60,000 and end the year on a massive high that isn't anything to do with Fellaini? Vigal as Carrick's replacement, WizKid TV, would be fantastic. He is a brilliant deep line playmaker, but I think he's just signed the new contract, so I don't think we'll be doing that. But then anything can happen in the summer. Anything can happen in the summer. I do agree with that. Praniari says, what are your betting tips? We were talking about this a bit last night, and I've sort of been changing my mind on and off, and the Fellaini thing does sort of change it. Right. We started off with a tenner 3 weeks ago. We're up to 50 quid from that tenner. I'm going to get you to 100 quid, and then we're going to get to £1,000. It will happen. I'm not always going to put the whole amount on it because a bet can go wrong. You've got to have saver bets. However, I'm sort of making my mind up today. 50 quid. The three bets I quite like. A Manchester United to win, which is at 1.25. So if with 50 quid on that, you'd win 12.50, isn't it? I also like Zlatan to score at any time, which is 1.66. So you need, put 50 quid on that, you go up to 75. And I also like United to win by 2 clear goals, which was 1.88, which is nearly doubling it. I would have gone for the 1.88, virtually take that 50 up to 90. If Fellaini wasn't in the team, I would have done it. I'm not sure. I need to put. I've got it up here to do it, and I'm sat there with it right in front of me, thinking what to do. Hacked by James likes the layout. That's down to Drawty. He's fantastic. The Drawty Devil. You can follow him on Twitter as well at Drawty Devil. I'm going to go with. You know what? Should we end the year on a high, or should we put something back? Sod it. Let's do it. I'm gonna go Manchester United to win by 2 clear goals. The whole 50 quid on at 1.88. So let's do that. Okay, it's done. Could lose the whole lot, but if we win it, we'll go from 50 quid up to just under 90. So, and that's in the space of 3 or 4 weeks. So that tenner to 90 quid. But United have got to win by 2 clear goals. 2 clear goals, which I think we will. I can't see us scrapping for a one goal lead in this game. I think we'll get the second one. Let's do it. Okay. Get subscribing, as a lot of you are saying. We are over 59,400 now. The next target is 59,500, and then can we do it? Can we get to 60,000 before the end of the show? I hope we can. Carrick is ill, says Ben Ovendon. Come on, Negredo 3 goals, says Abdullah. It's a must-win game. Pranyar puts 20 quid down on it. Jump on it now. You can do it. You could start with a tenner and just do what I've done, and you'll still build that money up over the coming weeks. But we nearly have taken 10 to 100 in 3 weeks if this one comes off today, and I'm going to get up there. We'll get up there. Going to try and turn a tenner to 1,000. But Mark, I really want Liverpool and City to draw, says Awesome Guy. That's the evening game. I don't know what your... Eugene, you know, you're an arsehole. He just says, rest in peace, your 50 quid, it's gone. I mean, we did start off with a tenner, so, you know, there we go. Scambodia TV says, you're a gambler. Not really. It's all United stuff, and it's all logical. Love your jacket, says Act Addy. It is a lovely jacket, this is. Not many people have them. A lot of people ask me where you get it from. It was last Christmas I got it, and it was a limited edition from the Manchester United website. So they're not easy to pick up, but they always release some sort of limited retro stuff around September or October time on the United actual official website. So keep an eye out for that. One day I'll probably give this away as a prize. There you go. Keep getting involved with the United stand. Dre Dan Anator 89, just subscribe. It is great. You get notifications as soon as Mark uploads a video. Yes, if you do subscribe to the channel, which is the hologram just above the numbers, there's a little bell thing you can do. We are a live content channel. We thrive on your live comments and being live, mostly at 8:30 every weekday night. But for the transfer window, we'll be doing one at around 1 o'clock every day, giving you all the latest United news. But yeah, you'll get notified every time we go live. So, and you know, we started off as nothing, and now look at us, the biggest independent United channel. And as much as Alex hates it when I say it, it is your channel. That's why we do Skype Goldbridge on a Monday night at 8:30 for you to Skype in and have your say. That's why we have a live comments box right there for you to all be part of it. And if you've never done a watch along before, as soon as the game kicks off, it really is about you, because I'm looking for your tactical thoughts on the game, especially on a day like today where it's not on UK TV and some people can't watch the game. In fact, some people can't even watch the game, any game, so they just watch the watch along. So we're looking for your insight on the game, who you think's doing well, how bad is Fellaini playing, is it a mirage that Fellaini is playing, joking, but you know what I mean. And if you've got any little funny analogies, I will copy and paste them and tweet them out as well. So there's lots to get involved with. Harry Parsons, love the channel. What do you think about Fellaini? Not happy about it, mate, but I don't think it will be enough to ruin our New Year's Eve. I think we will win this game, and that is all that matters. Brad McNamee, Zlatan will be dying to get those 2 goals today. You know what? I think I might have that bet I've just done. I'm sort of thinking, if you've not put a bet on, Zlatan to score at any time was 1.6. So if you put a tenner on, it's £6 back. I was very close to doing that bet, because I do think he'll score today. What's the lineup, says Cali United? It is De Gea in goal, Valencia right back. It's Bay and Smalling as centre backs. It's Blind at left back. It's Fellaini, Herrera and Pogba in the midfield. Mkhitaryan on the right, Martial on the left, and Zlatan up front. Irish Red Devil says Happy New Year, and the United stand from Dublin. Happy New Year to you. Although it's not New Year in Dublin yet, so let's not forget, you're not hours ahead of us. Mad Muzz is sad for Memphis. I wouldn't be sad for a bloke who's been given the keys to the kingdom and basically dropped him down the drain. I wouldn't be sad for him. He's earned a lot of money out of us for one performance against a Danish pub side. I would not feel sorry for him at all. Riaz is trying to big Fellaini up. The only thing that's big about him is his hair. I predicted this a few minutes ago, and I'll say it again. Don't come on here at the end of the show saying Fellaini's proved you wrong. Fellaini against what is effectively a championship side at Old Trafford, at home, surrounded by Pogba, Herrera, Zlatan, Mkhitaryan and Martial. I think I could put any of you lot into that midfield today and you'd probably had a decent performance. So don't fall into this trap that because Fellaini has an okay or decent game today, he's suddenly United class. It's not Middlesbrough at home that Fellaini should ever be judged on, because anybody could play in that midfield today. Fellaini should be judged on, can he play in a Manchester United midfield against the top side, away from home? And the answer is no. We've seen that over 3 years. He's not good enough. He's absolutely not good enough. I'm just looking at something because I'm having a massive problem with my stream today, and it's annoying. I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm not going to mess around with it because I don't want to mess the stream up while we're actually live. Thanks, Shubnam. And Mata for Fellaini would have been perfect, says Will Fairclough. I would have liked Herrera. And what worries me about Fellaini a little bit today, and we'll see what happens, is what position he's going to play in. I don't want Fellaini in front of the midfield, in front of the defence, taking the ball off the back four. That is what I do not want to see. Whether we will see that or not, I think we probably will. I'd rather Herrera was doing that job, if I'm totally honest. But we'll see what happens. Rashford is better than Martial, says Harry Zach. I don't think he is. Not in relation to out on the wing. I don't think he is at all. But we'll see what happens with that. I think he's a great player, Rashford. In fact, he's my favourite player if you've been watching this show for a long time. Really big fan of his. But I like Martial on the left wing. And what I like about Martial playing today, and I must say this, I wish I'd said it a few minutes ago. What I like about Martial playing today is the fact that he is he's sort of forcing his way back into Mourinho's plans. I don't know whether anybody saw those telling comments that Mourinho made yesterday. That was, somebody must have asked him about Memphis, and he said, Memphis isn't in my team because for the last 2 months he's made it abundantly clear he wants to leave in January. So I've been focusing on people like Lingard, Martial and Rashford who want to stay at the club. Now Martial, he's been quite open about Martial. I mean, his agent's an idiot. But that's agents for you. And as much as you like Mini Raiola, I still agree with what Sir Alex Ferguson said about him when he got Pogba out of United. It's benefited us this time because we've had Zlatan, Mkhitaryan and Pogba from Raiola. But all football agents are greedy bastards ruining the game. And at some point that will come back to bite us. So I don't like agents. I don't like what Martial's agent said about, Sevilla's the sort of move that would suit us. The reality is Mourinho's been very, very honest about Martial and said, under Van Gaal, he didn't really have much defensive responsibility. It was all about creating chances for him to score. In my team, you've got to work hard going back, and I'll let you express yourself going forward. And he's just getting Martial to understand that, and that's fine. And I think that will work. Martial isn't a winger, says Stephen Bell. To be honest, I think at the moment he is. I still think that you look at somebody like Thierry Henry at that age, and he was a winger, and I think Martial will develop into a forward. But at the moment, he works better when he's got space in front of him. And as a number 9, we saw it a few times last season with Martial. When you got your back to the ball, you haven't got opportunity to turn around and cause people problems. You get him to the ball on the wide, people don't like it when he's running at them, and that is where Martial works quite well. We're getting 5 minutes to kick off. We are nearly... come on, keep subscribing. Bottom right hand corner, look at that number. We're nearly up to 59,500. We can do it. Just keep subscribing, keep liking the video, keep sharing the video. Let's do it. I don't know whether we can really, but let's give it a massive good show at doing it. The United Stand. If you're new to the channel, we do watch-alongs. We're live an hour before kick-off with the team news, right the way through till full-time. We're live at 8:30 virtually every night with live content. Skype Goldbridge on a Monday where you Skype in. Live preview of the weekend game on a Friday. Transfer news, Sunday night live, absolutely loads of content, and we can't do it without you. So get subscribing. Let's get this channel up to 60,000, which is where I think we should be ending the new year, and let's see what next year brings. Sport 20, do you think Griezmann will sign for Manchester United? Well, we did a show on Tuesday night, didn't we, or Thursday night, and we were talking about what what was I going to say? What predictions do you think will happen in the new year? My prediction was that Griezmann will sign in the summer, that we'll be top this time next year, top of the league, and that we will finish top 4, we'll finish above Liverpool, and we'll win a trophy this year. So lots to predict there. I think all of them will come true. Just sending a message to the Draughty Devil, actually. Okay, we're very, very close to kick off. The teams are coming out. People are asking me how I'm watching it. Obviously, I can't give you that information, but I am listening to it as well, which is why I've got an earpiece in. And I'll be glancing and keeping an eye on things as well. On a watch-along, regardless of whether it's on or not, we can't show you the game anyway. But we will be keeping you updated. Mark Jackson says, I used to blast the news outlets for United News, but now I just use the United Stand. We're pretty good on Twitter. We're good on YouTube, but Twitter we're pretty quick at United Stand MUFC. I think we were one of the first people actually to break what Mourinho had said about Memphis last night. But the finger is on the pulse. Get involved. And like I say, we're an independent, so we say what we think, and a lot of that is driven by you lot. So do get involved and have your say. Kickoff is about to happen. You know what? I really have made a mistake here. Not United-related mistake. That doesn't happen very often. But I hadn't realised that it's a 3 o'clock kickoff, obviously, which is a bit of a novelty. But is anybody playing that we really need to keep an eye on? I know Spurs have got Watford tomorrow. Let's have a look. So, as the league table stands at the moment, we're 6th with 33 points. We're 3 points off Spurs. We are 4 points off Arsenal, which is nothing. We are 6 off City, and we're 7 off Liverpool. Obviously, Liverpool play City later, so whatever happens if we win, we'll be within 5 points of one of those two, which was one of the New Year targets I'd set us for. Arsenal are actually not playing today either. Spurs play tomorrow. Chelsea playing Stoke. To be honest, I'd rather Chelsea just won because I don't want Liverpool to catch them. So there's not really anybody we need to worry about. There's quite a big gap behind us now. In fact, it's nearly 10 points down to 8th, which is Southampton. 6th, Everton are behind us, but they played yesterday, so we've got a game in hand on them. It's really about the top 6 now, going for 4 places. So interesting. Keep us up to date with those scores if you're interested in that. We've hit 59,500. Well done. If you are new, keep subscribing. Bottom right-hand corner hologram. We are trying to get to 60,000 on this show today. It'd be an amazing achievement if we can do it, and it will all be down to you as per usual. So just keep subscribing. We're nearly at 1,000 likes on the video as well. So keep liking, keep subscribing. You can share by just looking under the video, and if you're on social media, just click share. Pick the one you're on, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, whatever, and share the stream out. Get people involved. The more the merrier. Football King says Memphis should leave straight away. I heard he was smoking shisha. Disgraceful. We've spoken about this before. It's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it, that Rooney got absolutely panned for 2 weeks by the press for having a few drinks on a night off. I don't think that was right by Rooney, by the way. I think as a professional footballer, even if it's a week before a game, alcohol can affect you. I'll be having plenty tonight. But Firmino has been done for drink driving, and the papers go, the drinks are on you when he celebrates a goal. Disgusting. That is the gutter press for you. But the game is about to kick off. For some of you, it may well have kicked off already, but we are about to kick off. For those of you who aren't aware, if I start messing around with this stream, we will lose the stream. I can't put the timer up, because if I do it, we'll lose the live stream. The same is going to go for the score. Hopefully that won't stay 0-0. So just keep your ears peeled and I will tell you what's going on. But the game has kicked off and we are up and running. Hi Mark, did you start putting ads on the videos? Says Deloitte E47. We do put ads on the videos, but it's very much dictated to by YouTube. We try not to do the ones where you've got to wait 30 seconds, although some people have said they don't mind it if it helps the channel. We've been quite honest. We are an independent Manchester United channel. There are a lot of channels out there who are totally corporate and do it to make money. There's nothing wrong with that. But ultimately, if we want to do some of the things we want to do next year, then the money will come in handy, certainly for better equipment. I mean, I've got a better laptop now than I did 3 or 4 months ago. That makes us be able to do things like what we're doing now. We're live on here and we are live on our Facebook page, which my old laptop would just blow up if I did that. So it's little things like that. We want to get better camera equipment. We want to have better microphones, etc. But United here have got Valencia on the cross, and I think it's a corner for Manchester United. I think an early goal is really important. Peter Doyle saying it's a corner. Mark, can you put the timer up? Joel Merry, I can't today. I have a timer. I'm literally, the stream I'm using, everything I use is frozen. So what you're getting, if I start messing around with it, we'll probably lose this stream. I can't change the score. I can't flip the screen. Hopefully that might change, but at the moment it isn't. The corner comes to nothing, but at least we've got Mkhitaryan on it. Mr. Frost doesn't mind the ads if it helps the channel. It does help the channel, so, you know, it's certainly changed from those days where I thought we were going to have a chance then. We're still in the box with Pogba, another corner for United. We certainly changed from... I mean, we used to just do the Sunday show at 8:30 was our flagship show. We used to do one show a week. And that's why I love the Sunday show, because you can just review everything. But we do daily content for you now. So it does take up a lot of time. Everyone involved in the United Stand, probably like you lot, we have day jobs as well. We're not somebody who does it full time. I don't know whether I'd ever want to be doing it full time, because I enjoy my job and, you know, that, you know, separation. But Middlesbrough on the break here. They've got a 3-on-1 situation. I'll be amazed if they don't get a shot on goal. And they shoot wide. Very, very lucky United there. Somebody lost it in the midfield. I can't see who it was. But they were running through a 3-on-1 situation. I think it's actually Ander Herrera. Ander Herrera loses it. And it's Valencia who's basically trying to shepherd three players. Forces the player into a shot. They didn't really deal with that very, very well. It was a crap 3-on-1. I was waiting for somebody to come up with a good comment. Robert Paquet, crap 3-on-1. It was atrocious. I mean, if any team in world football with a 3-on-1 situation like they had there, Valencia's got very good mobility when he's facing the wrong way, but they should have done far better than they did. Middlesbrough here are getting a lot of space. It's a corner for Middlesbrough now. What minute are you on, Mark? I'll keep you updated with that. We are at 3 minutes and 40 seconds, so I don't know whether we're good or long way behind or anything like that. Obviously got this in as well, and I'm visually trying to keep a track on something. It isn't on BT, no, but it is on somewhere for the West Ham game. And Middlesbrough with another shot there. Kick off, yeah, we have kicked off. Sorry, the timer's not working. I must let you know that. It's a choice between starting the stream all again or just sticking with what we've got, which I think is a good idea. But it's 0-0 at the moment. We're nearly 5 minutes into the game. It's been quite end-to-end, to be honest. Middlesbrough have had a couple of chances. United have had a couple of corners without having any chances. A few people are saying, where's Fellaini playing? Herrera's back anchoring the midfield, which is the real positive. We didn't want Fellaini taking the ball off the back four and dictating our play. So Herrera's doing that with Pogba, and Fellaini is sort of playing as the more advanced midfielder. But every time I've said that in the past, he then goes to DM, which is not what we want to see. It's a dynamic midfield three, to be honest. In fact, Fellaini is now coming to take the ball off the back three. It's like he's listening to me. He goes up to that number 10 position, which is where he is at his best, and then he goes to the DM position. It's so annoying. Just Pogba here at the moment. He probably shoot from 40 yards, which he isn't great. Fellaini, God, he did find a pass, to be fair. Might be a shot in here for United. Feeds it into Zlatan. Pushed wide. Another corner for United. We are terrible at corners, though, aren't we? Let's be totally honest. Our corners are atrocious. Which is why I think signing somebody like Lindelof in the summer would not be a bad idea at all. I'd like to see that happen. Not in the summer. Now. Signing him now, because we need somebody who's good in the air. The cross came in. I think Fellaini gets on the end of it. And heads it straight at the keeper. The Fellaini bandwagon will be up and running. Something's going on here that I don't like. I can hear clicks. It's 10 p.m. in Thailand, says Daniel Branham. Yeah, if you've had New Year, if you've got New Year coming in, Happy New Year to everybody in Sydney. I know you're 7 minutes in. You probably just stopped kissing the bloke next to you, if you're a girl, or if you're that way inclined. Happy New Year to all of you. If there's anybody else who's going to be celebrating it in the next while. This game's quite end-to-end with United at the moment. A bit like the Sunderland game, really. It's quite open. And Middlesbrough sort of coming to have a little bit of a go. But another corner for Middlesbrough, who to be fair, the one thing they're probably better than us at is crosses. We're terrible at corners. £11 p.m. here in Singapore. MU the best. It's not SpongeBob in the background. It's Secret Life of Pets, which I can probably do something about at half time. Mark, do you know Liverpool memes on Twitter? They are spanking you big time. I don't, but I'll have a look at it. Liverpool memes. Let's have a look. That doesn't seem to be throwing me anything up on Twitter, by the way. At Liverpool memes. No, that's not an account that I can see anything of. Nothing much happening in the United game at the moment. Let me know what the Twitter account is for Liverpool memes, because I can't see it. Right, United with a free kick here. Middlesbrough clear it. How are we doing, folks? Let's have a look at your live comments. We're nearly up to 59,600 subscribers. In fact, if you click and subscribe now, you'll probably knock us over that. Gives us 400 to get within the next hour and a bit. Can we do it? Can we collectively get this channel up to 60,000 for the new year? It's a challenge. We've done it before. If you are new to the United Stand, it's your channel. It's interactive. We don't do any of this pre-record stuff, really. We're always live. We've always got our live comments up, whether it's previews. You can Skype in on a Monday at 8:30 and have your say. Totally your show. United Ramble with Robbie. All sorts to get involved with. But United have got a free kick on the left here. I'd be amazed if we do anything with it, because it's not really what United are good at, if I'm totally honest. Martial just went close there with a chance. We've had a blitz of subscribers there, which is great. We've just popped up to over 59,600. I tell you what, it's going to get exciting if we get to 700 or 800, because we're going to get very close then. We just need to pull new viewers in. That's what we need. And we're nearly at 1,000 likes, which is fantastic. That's something we always need to do. Should Mourinho sell Fellaini? Says Rock Your World. He ain't going to sell Fellaini, though. That's the problem, isn't it? He's just not going to do it. I'm trying to multitask again here, because the great thing about football, as I'm sure you're all aware, is that when you try to watch it somewhere, it may not necessarily stay on the screen for that long, because they tend to freeze. Team news, says Dazzy's Gaming. We're in the midst of the game at the moment. The team is De Gea in goal, Valencia, Rojo and Jones. No, not Rojo and Jones. Smalling and Bailly are our defence, actually. We've got Blind at left back, which I am pleased about. We've got Fellaini in the midfield with Pogba and Herrera, Mkhitaryan on the right, Martial on the left, and then we've got our man Zlatan up front. It's still 0-0 at the moment. It's quite an even game. Varanka is somebody that Jose actually really respects and likes. and he's been doing quite a good job at Middlesbrough. But we should still be turning them over. But what everybody always gets concerned about, and it's quite right to get concerned about it, is that Middlesbrough did actually get a point at Arsenal and at Manchester City. So we do need to be slightly careful about that. So I'm just over 12 and a half minutes into the game, and it is currently still 0-0 to United. I wouldn't write home about anybody having a poor performance. I just think it's quite reminiscent of the Sunderland game in the way it's going. I was trying to have a look for these Liverpool memes because we always get a little bit uncertain. For those who were watching the preview last night, obviously we were talking about my potentially moving the United Stand FIFA League into a different sort of a Mark Goldbridge channel, because I want to start doing some different things and sort of video reviews, etc. So what sort of videos, what sort of movies do you think we should be talking about? I'm gonna do Rogue One because that's an obvious one, I think. But a lot of people are on about Lord of the Rings. United are on the attack at the moment without really causing any problems for Middlesbrough. There's a chance here to get a shot away, bypassed Valencia inside. We're trying to get Fellaini into the box a lot. Comes wide to Martial, and Middlesbrough will clear it. Fellaini definitely playing as a more advanced player at the moment, but that's a good thing. Martial here. Another corner. The trouble is we have so many corners, but we're just so bad at them. I wish we were better. Pogba in the post, in case you missed that. I think Mourinho, in fairness, has probably seen something that a lot of that Ross was on about before the game, that Middlesbrough are quite a big side, and Fellaini gives us that little bit of height. To be honest, if Fellaini was 5'5", he wouldn't be a footballer. He really is just the fact that he causes problems. Pogba just shooting wide there. We could do with an early goal in this game. We could do with an early goal. Just watching that corner back. Oh, it was well over. United are trying. We're rubbish at corners. JJB, I agree with that. Let's take some of your live comments for a bit. I chose watching United instead of New Year's countdown, says Daniel Wong. What time is it, Daniel, where you are? I'll tell you what I did watch last night, David Brent the movie. If you like The Office and that, I was a bit disappointed with it, to be honest. It was like a cringe festival, but it was okay, but it was a bit formulaic. Skulls Legends, do you have any film genre preferences? I'm not massively into comedy. I don't mind comedy, but I like thriller. I like Goodfellas. I like the Godfather trilogy. I like Lord of the Rings. I like Star Wars. I like The Revenant. I like Inception. I like The Departed. A lot of DiCaprio films there, but I do like some of his stuff is very good. Blade Runner. I watched It's a Wonderful Life over Christmas. Fantastic, classic film. So there's loads of films we can cover. I'm only planning on doing one a week. A live stream talking about it. I'm going to do Rogue One next Saturday night probably, because we're playing in the day, aren't we? Fellaini just got absolutely mugged there by a Middlesbrough player, but there you go. Why not play with confidence when you're up against him? What's your favourite movies, Mark? Says Matrixify. I find favourite movies a bit like what's your favourite song, what's your favourite best looking woman and stuff like that. And my mood changes. It's a bit like when I go on YouPorn. Sometimes I want to look at... I'm joking. You know what I mean, though. Your mood can change. So I don't like superhero movies, Patrick. No. We hit the overhead kick. We hit the post with an overhead kick, Leon Jones, about 5 minutes ago. Well, 3 minutes. But here's United with a decent chance. Mkhitaryan rolls it into Pogba. Can we use the extra man? Pogba doesn't find Zlatan in the box. You know, he should be better with that pass, really. But it's an interesting game. It's quite end-to-end. That Traore is causing Blind all sorts of problems. And they should score here. And it's a good block. I think it's by Bay, but he's causing them absolutely problems there. He's ripping them apart. A few of you said at half-time, before the game actually, that Traore, and this won't... I mean, I'm a big Daley Blind fan, but Daley Blind shouldn't be at left-back because he's got no pace. He skinned Smalling as well. Then the shot comes in. I don't know whether that hits Fellaini's hands or whatever, but it's a block. But a good chance for Borough. And he is causing them problems. We are just about to go into the 18th minute. And we've cleared the corner, which is good. You never read my comment, says Yusuf Ali. I've just done it. Time is we're just approaching the 18 minutes. We've just gone in 18 minutes. It's still 0-0. It's very end to end. I mean, I've got to be honest. It's very end to end. And Traore, or whatever his name is, he's a decent player from what I've seen of him. Causing Blind all sorts of problems. But, you know, I'm not Fellaini's biggest fan. Everybody knows that. There's no sensational headline with that. But you take Carrick out of that midfield three, you take Herrera out of that midfield three, or you take Pogba out of that midfield three. It's not going to be the same midfield three, and I think we've not got hold of the midfield at all today like we would do with Carrick. We do miss Carrick. A good point by Summit. Smalling clearly not up for it. He got skinned way too easily there. I mean, Blind lost his man, but you know, as a centre back, you've got to do far better than that. We're closing in on 59,700 subscribers. I tell you what, I think we're going to get bloody close to 60,000, and what an achievement that would be by all of you lot to do that. If you are new to the United Stand, click that subscribe hologram in the bottom right hand corner. Let's go for it. Let's see if we can do it. We're nearly at 59,700. Then it starts to get interesting. We're on air till 5 o'clock, obviously. I thought United were going to get a free kick there. Then they didn't. They're saying it's a bloody dive on the radio. Are you going to be watching Assassin's Creed? Says Daz Wood. Probably not. Although I don't get to play computer games as much as I would like. United are in here with Zlatan in the box. Can he do anything with it? Another corner. May as well give him a goal kick. We should be destroying them, says Fatima. Do you ever destroy anybody in the Premier League, though? You know, the Premier League is a... Mark, what's your PSN? It's irrelevant at the moment. I've not been on FIFA for about a month. I will be getting back onto it because I've got a career mode going. But corner comes in. Middlesbrough just about clear it. Bay goes at it like a fat kid on cake, but it gets cleared. And Herrera should pick this up and plays the long ball back. If United loses, love. Yusuf loves the channel. We all love all you lot. Simon, it's 2017 for you lot. I appreciate that, actually. We won't hit 60,000 subscribers for some of you because it's already 2017. But for the United Stand and where we are based in the UK, we still have a few hours to do it. And we've gone over 59,700. Come on, keep subscribing, keep sharing the link below the video. There's share links there. You can do it on Twitter, you can do it on Facebook, you can do it on whatever social media you can. Let's keep ticking it over. If you're new, you've just found the best independent United fan channel on YouTube, all about you. What I've noticed as well is if you've ever watched any of these other pretenders, I call them pretenders because of the club they support, not because of the content they provide, because some of them have been doing it a lot longer than us. But what I always take as a compliment with the United Stand is that when we started it off, we were always like this. We got called gobby upstarts who don't know anything. Shit. All sorts of people. The bigger fan channels used to call us all sorts of things. But now, what you see is, that's a bad pass by Pogba, a lot of people copy what we do. I watched Red Men TV the other day when they were playing Everton, and they did a live watch-along with a live comment section and the same sort of layout that we have, which I don't have a massive problem with. It just makes me funny how, you know, apparently we were rubbish when we started off. Maybe we were. But a lot of people copy what we do now. So it must work, which is great. Mark, did you really bet all money on a United win despite the tree starting, says Oman? Yeah, I'm starting to regret that now. I've got 50 quid that we've built up from 10 quid on United winning this game by 2 clear goals. And already I can see that this is probably going to be quite a tight game. There's still plenty of time left. We're just not getting hold of the midfield. In fact, I need to do a tweet. We're just not getting hold of that midfield at all. It's a bit of a lull in the game at the moment. United just passing the ball around at the back. What are your plannings for the rest of the evening? I must ask you that as well. I know some of you've had New Year. I'm on the bench. Who's on the bench, Mark? Says Jay Bradford. Rojo and Jones are definitely on the bench. Mata, Lingard and Rashford are on the bench, and so is Schweinsteiger. So Valencia with a cross there. We're trying to commit players. Daily Blind on the left into somebody who's going to have a shot here. I think it's Pogba. Goes past 1. Tries to go past 3. 1 too many. House party for me later. And I'll be on the beers. I'm not purposely not on the beers during the game today because I think that can make me be a bit... especially when I heard that Fellaini might start. I purposely stayed off the alcohol. Martial, does he get the foul? He does. Good little run there. He's a long way out. It's in a decent position. This is in a decent position to where... Remember that free kick a couple of weeks ago where Pogba did it Beckham-esque and hit the post? It's sort of in that position. So I would like to see Pogba taking this free kick. And don't worry, a few people are on about the subscribers. We're moving up. We're nearly at 59,750. It's going to get very exciting in the second half. Keep sharing, keep getting everybody involved. We're going for 60,000 for the new year. It can be done. People said it can't be done. I said it can. It can be done. So this free kick is in a decent position for Pogba. Fingers crossed it will go in, where we could do with a goal. I think we've got a few Borough fans on there. You're more than welcome. We're not a horrible lot on the United stand. In fact, on Skype Goldbridge, we've had fans from other clubs on before. We even had a Plymouth fan. That is not Beckham-esque by Pogba. It's more Johnny Wilkinson-esque and way over the bar. JH is saying that Fellaini's so poor in the build-up play. It's not what Fellaini is, in fairness. He's got no speed. He's got no pass. He's a 5-yard slow ball passer. He's never going to be dynamic, and we can't change that. Luke Dajaf says there seems to be a 30-second delay between what you're watching and what I'm watching in Canada. There always will be, mate, because we're YouTube live streaming. They don't do it second for second. So whilst I'm watching it live, and you probably are watching it live, YouTube will throw in a 30, 15, 10 second delay, and we can't do anything about that. But normally the timer's working so you can sync in with us. If you want to sync in with us, we've just hit 25 minutes and 20 seconds, so you can pause whatever you are and sync in with us, and I will keep you updated with that. But at the moment it's 0-0, and we're giving the ball away a little bit, and it's a corner for Middlesbrough. Yes. No, De Gea kept it in. Leon Morrison says, why you never answer? Is it because I'm Ravel's brother? It might be just because the comments are whizzing through, Leon. Andy Walsh is back, bitches. We're nearly at 1,000 likes on this video as well. We're only just a few short of that as well. Harry Zach says, what would Griezmann offer to change this sort of game? It's a good question. It would depend where you're going to play Griezmann, really. I mean, I think Griezmann could work quite well in that number 10 position. I'm quite surprised today that we've not played a number 10 in the fact that, the midfield seem to be interchanging a lot. Fellaini, Pogba and Herrera. I don't think you need to do that at home. I think you need to have a specific number 10, whether it's Rooney, Mata. Maybe that's what we're missing. But we... MSTR Hallam 899. I think I've seen you watching before, mate. But if it is the first time, welcome to the United Stand. Subscribe. get involved. What I would always say is if you're new to the United stand, and I know we pick up people new, there's nothing going on in the game at the moment, don't worry. If we pick you up new on the watch along, make sure you get involved in our other videos, whether it's Sunday Night Live at 8:30, whether it's Skype Goldbridge on a Monday at 8:30. Do support that show. It's only been going for a month, and it's basically you like Skyping in, having a couple of minutes, saying what you want to say about United. Transfer shows, we've got loads of those coming up with the window opening. So just get involved and watch the other content, because it's, the watch along's great, and we watch the games together, and we're an hour before kick-off talking the team news. But the other stuff is better, isn't it? Because it's more topic specific. I mean, somebody said you're an idiot for betting a Liverpool fan 50 quid that you'll finish above them in the league. And I accept that I can. There are elements of my persona that are verging on the idiotic. And I watch this game, and I'm watching the way we're passing the ball around. And in fairness, I have seen clips of Liverpool, and they are moving the ball around better, and their pressing is better. But I'm United through and through, and I will never accept defeat to the enemy. I've not been impressed with United so far. I wasn't that impressed with our first half against Sunderland either. But if we grind the win out and we keep picking up the results, then I think we will get better and better. It's not been fantastic today, but I think today just shows you how much we miss Michael Carrick. We've just not got hold of the midfield. It's very clunky. Whatever you think about Fellaini, he's never going to do defence splitting passes. He's never going to run past 3 or 4 players. He can't play 40-yard passes like Carrick can. He's a 5-yard slow mover of the ball, and that's what he is. So unless we're going to make anything in relation to the movement of the, hitting him with the right sort of ball. A few people asking who's on the bench. It's Rojo and Jones, it's Lingard and Schweinsteiger, and it's Rashford and I forget, Mata, and obviously Romero. It's my birthday, Mark, says Liban. Happy birthday. We're nearly at 59,800 subscribers. Oh my god, I think we may well do the impossible and hit 60,000 on this stream, which would be fantastic for the United stand. Martial with a good little run here into the box, lays it off. Mkhitaryan did get a good shot away, but keeper gets hold at it, and there you go. Martial and Mkhitaryan just making things happen with Martial's pace and then Mkhitaryan's speed and anticipation in the box. And he's hooking his foot round it, to be fair. Could have done with that deflecting off the defender into the back. Ameth already saying Schweinsteiger for Fellaini. I think that would be very good. In fact, I'm going to tweet that out. I mean, I'm not going to be fair to Fellaini because he earns a lot of money to wear a shirt that a lot of us would do it for free. But we don't play we don't play football the way that is ever going to do what Fellaini's good at, which is you need to sort of, when the fullback's got it, just venturing into their half, hit him from 40 yards. I mean, what we are doing with Fellaini is trying to get him up as close to Zlatan as much as possible. So he is sort of playing that number 10 position, which is exactly where I've said that if you're going to use Fellaini, that's where you should play him. It's all a bit bitty at the moment. 30 minutes and 45 seconds for those who are asking. Tanza says, why don't you reply, mate? I tried to reply, but it's what I see, you see, when I'm looking at the screen. Jay Bradford, do I think we will play Zlatan on Monday? I do. I think Zlatan will play on Monday. I think Pogba will play on Monday. I think he'd like to make some changes in the second half, which is why I'd gone to United to win by 2 clear goals, because I think we wanted that by 60 minutes. But I think we're going to have to work a lot harder in this game. Although this is broken quite kindly for Herrera. Why does he turn and shoot from there? He's got lots of players ahead of him, and we're just pushing it a little bit too much. Martial, that's a decent cross. Fellaini heads it over. Should score. I've just tweeted something about Fellaini, so there'll be a load of people saying, what are you on about? It's a decent cross by Martial. he should do better from there. I think he should do better from there. A lot of people will probably say Fellaini's doing quite well. He should score from there. Unmarked. That's what you're in the team for, and he heads it over the bar. But what I would say about Fellaini is at least he's not anchoring the midfield. At least he's not playing box to box. He is actually playing in that position where he used to play for Everton, which is his best position, which is off the striker as a number 10. And then he's gone back to DM again. And he's just done a simple control and 5-yard pass, and the crowd's going mad about it. I mean, they're just idiots, aren't they? Absolutely idiots. They think, well, you know, Fellaini's just done a pass that anybody could do. He's back. I'm back on the Fellaini in bandwagon because Mourinho says we've got to love him. Despite the fact that we've all watched him for 3 years and know he's shit. I mean, I wouldn't have had him near the United squad this season. I'd have sold him in the summer. But how he's forced his way back in after being the one and only reason we have 2 points less than we do against Everton, where he was an idiot. And how he gets to still play the next week and then he's still playing is ridiculous. I don't know. So people say there's some sort of conspiracy with Fellaini, but maybe it's in his contract. I find that hard to believe, but something's going on. But we're fast approaching 0-0 at half-time. We don't want that to happen. We've gone over 1,000 likes on the video. I haven't really even been pushing that, and you've all done it. So I applaud you all. You're fantastic on the comments anyway, and thanks for liking the video. I love watching Martial on the wing, but his touch is too bulky at times, says Cole Johnson. I think that is a very, very good assessment, and I agree with you. But I like him on the wing. I just love people with pace and close control. Andrew Adams says it looks like the players celebrated New Year's Eve last night. I just think you take Carrick out of the midfield and things slow down a bit and become quite predictable. You lose that player who can hit a 40-yard pass quickly forward and accurately. Herrera, you know, he can't even do it. But there's a nice little intricate play there between Herrera and Mkhitaryan. Now Valencia, he needs to be looking for a cross. Blasts it in. Fellaini's in the box and he gets blocked. He nearly got a shot away there. I mean, I don't care if Fellaini scores, by the way. I want United to win. We all want United to win. Oh my goodness. We've hit 59,800 subscribers. We are getting very, very close to 60,000. Get excited. Keep subscribing. Fellaini is playing. It's not a nightmare. Whoever said that. Joshua Lowe says, what do you think about Pogba? What do we all collectively think about Pogba? I think, you know, he gets better and better with every game, but he's going to have games where he's not so good. I mean, I think FIFA generations, all these stats men and that, they think that people are going to play brilliant every game. And you know, over my lifetime, you probably watch about 50 games a season, and I've never seen a player week in, week out play brilliantly. Not even Ronaldo. He might score every week, but he doesn't play brilliantly every week, although Mkhitaryan is one of those players. I don't know what just happened there, but he had a good run and a shot with his left foot. It's hard to see what actually happened, but he's a lovely little player. I think he's the closest thing to Eden Hazard in the league, but he's also, in some ways, he's slightly better. It's a good shot, and it's wide. The keeper leaves it because it's going wide, but it's a good run. And we haven't really got that many players like that who can do that sort of thing. Chelsea are 1-0 up, says Chad. Good. I want Chelsea to keep winning until we get close to them. Which I don't think we can catch Chelsea anyway, so I'd rather Chelsea win the league. I don't really like Chelsea, I've got to be honest, but you look at the top 5, Spurs are never going to win the league, so Liverpool, City and Arsenal, I hate them more than I hate Chelsea, so, you know, I'd rather Chelsea win the league. It's the best of a bad situation. That's why last year was good, because actually Leicester, I wanted them to win the league. Fellaini now has got the ball. There's a 5-yard pass for him. That's all we want. And he's passed it to Martial, who's running at speed into the box. Past one. Another corner. We were good from corners. Mickey is class, says Vikramjit. Happy New Year, says Dion V. Do get comments and let us know where you're watching from and what time it is. I know some of you have already had New Year. Not us. I'm keeping an eye on the subscribers, don't worry. I'm sort of trying to ignore it because I'll start to get really excited, I think, when we get to 59,900. Is it done rest in peace Ricky yet? Yeah. But this game's on a knife edge. I mean, United are the better side in it. We're creating more. There's a lovely little bit of space here for Daley Blind, and typically, I don't know what's going to happen because it does what it always does, and it's Daley Blind's cross isn't as good as we would want it to be. I'd agree with that comment from Danielle. You know, Fellaini as a number 10 is probably causing the least amount of damage. In fact, I'm going to tweet that. Goal, 1-0. Zlatan, get in there. Good cross. If you did do that bet, the one where it was Zlatan to score at any time, it's come off. It has been given. I think there's been a bit of poleaxe for the keeper as well. I was just tweeting something else out, which is great. No, it's not. It's not been given. It's been ruled out as a free kick. What's going on? What's going on here? I mean, it's very difficult for me to see what's really happened here, but keep the refs puffing. It's a good run by Tony Martial. Cross comes in. That is ridiculous that that's not a goal. How is that not given? His foot is high, but the keeper is nowhere near. Scandalous not to give a goal. Keeper is nowhere near Zlatan when he scores. The conspiracy continues. Cheating refs again. It's a joke. An absolute joke. I'm just watching it back. United are pushing hard here with Tony Martial. I don't know what people are saying in the live comments. Let's have a look. It is an absolute joke of a decision. Stream's a bit laggy. Apologies for that. The keeper's just nowhere near. The keeper's nowhere near it. He can head it if he wants to head it. It's a goal. It's a bloody ridiculous decision not to give the goal because he can head it in. Basically, if you're not watching it, cross comes in. Brilliant play by Martial. Zlatan goes up with I suppose it is a bit of a kung fu kick to whack it in with his studs. But the keeper's not there. The keeper's then hits Zlatan after the ball's in the net. It's not a foul. It's just not a foul again. It's in the net before Valdez is touched. Ridiculous decision. Fat, overweight, cheating, bold referee who's so far behind the plate because he's fat and overweight. Cheating again. Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. And you know, that if you'd had that bet, Zlatan to score at any time or Zlatan to score first like Ross did, he'd be absolutely gutted. There's nothing wrong with that goal. There's nothing wrong with the goal. You know, a high foot is when somebody's head's near the ball or something like that. I can understand that. Valdez is rooted to the spot. Zlatan follows through after the ball's in the net. It's not a goal. It's not. It's not a goal, but it isn't. It isn't even a foul. Very, very poor, disgusting decision. Yet again, I think we're lagging a little bit, folks. I'm sorry about that. Not too sure why that is, but hopefully it will sort itself out. Farcical, absolutely farcical, and they're the sort of things that start to concern you when it's 0-0. United are pushing though, trying to get a goal. Oh, my bloody computer gets on my tits at times. So it's looking like it's going to be 0-0 at half time, which is ridiculous. Really is. Thanks for subscribing. We're on 59,087 too. United just headed it into the keeper there, Fellaini. I mean, Fellaini's winning a lot of ball at the number 10. I just wish he'd actually do something with the ball when it's in the area that he's meant to do something with it. I think we're getting quite a bit of lag, which is frustrating. Let's see if we can do anything about it. What minute are we in? I'm in 43 minutes and just coming up for 40 seconds. But I'm flabbergasted by that goal. The ref is a disgrace, ZM. Never in a million years is that a disallowed goal, says Sander Sagers, which he is absolutely spot on. Slaphead twat. Is it true Fellaini likes to... I'm not going to say that. But yeah, absolutely, well and truly, bloody ridiculous that goal's not being given. Farcical, in fact. Okay, we're getting quite a lot of lag, so what I'm going to do... Apologies for anybody who's watching on Facebook, but I'm going to end that stream for now and see if that improves the lag on this. I don't know whether it actually will do. But it may well do. And then, if I do that, it should help. Middlesbrough on the attack. It'd be just bloody typical if we went 1-0 down. It's well wide. Shot there. The assistant referee called it as a foul first. The fact the ref wasn't in position to overrule his assistant is a joke, says Alan Majory Banks. In fact, if you get on Twitter at UnitedStandMUFC, my tweet that I was tweeting when it was lagging a bit was, ball is in the net before Zlatan is even near Valdez. If the ref wasn't a useless overweight cheat, he'd have seen that. And I have not seen anybody come back and say anything otherwise, because it is an absolutely another... You know what? People can say United had the rub of the green in the past and everything like that, but we've had absolute shocking refereeing decisions. I agree with the person saying stop moaning about it and get on with it. Yes, I agree with that. I do. But get onto YouTube if you're watching this on Facebook. If the stream is there, just come over onto YouTube and watch us there. We're having a problem with lag, so I'm just going to end the stream on YouTube. And hopefully that will get rid of some of the lag. And we'll just flip to let's kill that off. Hopefully that will help. We're nearly at half time. We'll get Ross on, get his thoughts. Of course, Ross, I feel sorry for Ross and all United fans, because he'd put a bet on Zlatan to score the first goal, and he scored it, and it's been robbed. Robbed by the FA again. That's what I'm going with on Twitter for the feed in because I think we have been. I think it's an absolute disgrace yet again to be robbed by ridiculous refereeing decisions. Every single game there seems to be one, and unfortunately over the last few weeks we've been able to overcome it, and I'm sure we will in the second half. I'm sure we will. I'm not losing faith, but I'm actually, you know what, I'm going to shock a few people and say I've actually quite enjoyed. I wouldn't say I've enjoyed it, but I think Fellaini, where we've used him, has worked quite well. My nightmare with Fellaini has always been in playing as a defensive midfielder or in that number 8 position. But he's playing right up with Zlatan, and that has caused Middlesbrough a few problems. I don't think we've hit him enough, to be honest. But that's half time. Robbed by the referee. Shocking decision. Is it half time? Yes, it is half time. It's an absolute disgrace, folks. An absolute disgrace. I cannot over-egg the pudding on that any more than say that refereeing decision is right up there with every bad decision we've had this season. It's an absolute shocker. An absolute shocker by the referee. Stunning. And I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about that refereeing decision, which was poor. The ball is in the back of the net. The cross comes in. Zlatan does go up in his old, remember his celebration? It's a bit like that. He kicks it into the net. But when he kicks it into the net, the keeper is nowhere near him. And the ball's in the net. And then Valdez goes down injured because as Zlatan follows through, there may be a little bit of a connection. But are you there, Ross?
Yes, mate. How you doing?
I mean, you had first goal scorer, Zlatan. United have been robbed. You've been robbed. I mean, I can't believe it. I mean, admittedly, where I was watching it, it was, bumping around and all that, and I thought we had scored. But, I mean, what is that referee on with? I mean, the ball's in the back of the net. The ball is in the back of the net before there's any contact on Valdez. That's not a foul. The play, as soon as the ball goes over the line, the play is finished. So I don't think people are understanding why this is, because they're saying, well, Zlatan, it was dangerous what he did. There was some contact with the keeper, which I don't know whether there was. But ultimately, he kicks the ball goes over the line. That's the goal. That's the end. Doesn't matter. If he's done something after it, book him. But the ball's in the back of the net before there's a foul.
It's a penalty, mate. If it ain't a goal, it's a penalty. Zlatan wins the ball, and then Valdez clatters into Zlatan.
Yeah.
Zlatan's done absolutely nothing wrong. He's won the ball, put the ball in the net. Valdez comes charging out, doesn't win the ball at all, clatters into Zlatan, and somehow gets a free kick for it. I mean, where does the FA get these referees from? Because I can find better refs in the local fucking dustbin merchant.
He's an absolute joke. Overweight waste of space. And I don't like, Sir Alex did this before, so I'm not being fattest. I mean, exactly. What Ross is saying is spot on. I mean, I'm not saying I'm fit enough to be a referee, but footballers are paid hundreds of thousands of pounds a week. We should have top quality referees. I mean, Clattenburg was named the best, I think it was in Europe, maybe the world, the best referee in the world. He's atrocious. That just shows you how bad referees are. But that ref today and his linesman, they don't understand. This is the problem. We're sat at home and we constantly say, I constantly say it, don't listen to ex-professional footballers because they're scripted, they're paid a lot of money. What you know about football is way more than what they know. But the terrifying thing is we know more than what these people who are officiating the games are. No. Still there, Ross?
Yeah, sorry, mate. I didn't get the last thing you said.
I'm just saying these referees, they've got our, Saturday night feelings in their hands, and they are guessing. They are guessing on something like that. And you know what? The ball's in the back of the net. The ball's in the back of the net before anything happens. It's not a fact. What makes me laugh is, and I think some people are probably goading us because they hate us, etc. But if Zlatan scores a goal, and then after the ball's in the back of the net, he walks up to Valdez and punches him in the face, the goal still stands, you send Zlatan off. And that's what people are not understanding about this. The ball's in the back of the net before there's a foul. It's not dangerous play because there's nobody near him. There's nothing to say. If Ander Herrera's in his own penalty box and the rest of the bloody team and Middlesbrough players are in the other penalty box, and Herrera decides to do keep ups on his bloody doing a handstand, doing keep ups on his studs, if there's a Middlesbrough player and his head's nearby, that's dangerous play. If there isn't, it's not dangerous play. That's not dangerous play. It's what happens when the ball's in the back of the net. Now, I haven't really seen what happens when afterwards. You're saying that Valdez actually fouls Zlatan. But that's a goal. It's a goal.
Yeah, well, mate, 100%. Zlatan wins the ball and Valdez takes him out. If Valdez won the ball or got a touch on the ball, looked like he was getting the ball, you'd say fair enough. Zlatan's clattered him, but he doesn't touch the ball. He's nowhere near it. It's a disgrace. And you know what? It's every week that we sit here and talk about the refs, and it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if the FA have told them to not give United anything. It seems like
I do think that, yeah.
Yeah, because it's happening too often for my liking. I mean, he could not wait. As soon as United score a goal, it seems the referee has a good long think, how can I disallow it? A lot of our goals are legitimate, and they must absolutely hate the fact that they can't. But it just seems any small thing that they can get at, they will go, oh no, we'll disallow that, or we'll give that offside, and it's an absolute joke. And do you know what? It's starting to. Obviously, I love football, and but it's starting to really put a bad taste in my mouth having to sit there and watch this absolute bullshit refereeing every week, because I've seen better referees from dads on a Sunday league than that. It's just abysmal refereeing, absolutely abysmal. But then to take some positive, Martial has been fantastic this half.
He set the goal up, didn't he? We will call it a goal because it was a goal, everybody. It is beyond a joke that it wasn't given, and if you've not seen it, watch it later, but it's a farce. I still think we'll get something in the second half. Let's move positively on from that. I think we were right to moan about it, because I agree with Ross. It's every bloody week now, and it's not even borderline. Penalties, goals, it's bloody ridiculous. Somebody saying there, if it was Liverpool, it would be a goal. It was a goal. Any team who scored that goal, it's a goal. We've got to move on, though. Martial set it up. Martial has been exciting. I think Mkhitaryan has been as well. I need to pop for a quick toilet break, actually, Ross, so I'll leave the floor with you. And what I want you to just talk about is the midfield three. It's not just Fellaini, the midfield three. It's been a very end-to-end game. I mean, Middlesbrough had their chances as well. What do you think about other players and how they've performed and what they need to do in the second half?
Well, do you know what? We've got a midfield three, and we've lost Carrick out of that three, and we only have Pogba that can play a forward pass now. Now, Herrera does what he does best, which is hassle players, win the ball high up the pitch, and he's fantastic at it. Forward passes, not so brilliant. So there's a lot of onus on Paul Pogba in this game, but he has been, fantastic. But then, Fellaini's he's on there, he's doing his best. I'll give him that, but he's just not good enough to play in this team. Every pass that Fellaini has is played backwards. He's not winning headers in the box. And there's just too much onus on Paul Pogba, and it's frustrating because there must be. Daley Blind can pick a forward ball. I'd put Blind in the centre midfield over Fellaini, and I think this game's crying out for Schweinsteiger personally, because he will find forward passes. They might only be 5 yards to the side of him, but as long as it's slightly forward, it's better than passing back to your keeper. So that's the sub I'd make Fellaini, because I just think it's not his own fault. He is trying his hardest, but he's just wasted, especially when we have so much of the ball and we don't need his aerial presence to win balls in the middle of the park. I think he's absolutely wasted there. But just going back, Martial this half, it's been one of the best halves I've seen him play for Manchester United. We said what Mourinho had done with Mkhitaryan, which was, almost reinvent him as a player coming into the Premier League by dropping him and giving him a bit of a harsh treatment. He's done exactly the same with Martial, and he's responded in exactly the right manner, which is, the manner that Di Maria wouldn't respond and the manner that Memphis Depay wouldn't respond. And I think that's all you want from a United player, to show that desire. And, he smashed the post, he set up Ibrahimovic's goal, and just fantastic. And if we see more of that in the second half, he's almost ended their right-back's career. He's been phenomenal.
Yeah, I didn't really go to the toilet. I've just been out in the street shouting and screaming just to let a bit of vent out for that referee. But no, I did. It was a very long way, actually. But I've just come back. I've not noticed this in the last sort of few minutes we've been moaning about that refereeing decision. We're on 59,933. Some people said we wouldn't be able to hit 60,000 before the new year. If you are new to this channel and you have just tuned in, please click that subscribe and get involved. And what I always would say as well, if you are new, don't just watch the watch-alongs. I mean, the watch-alongs are great, but we do loads of other stuff. Sunday Night Live, Monday night at 8:30, Skype Goldbridge, previews on a Friday night 8:30 live. Subscribe, get involved in the channel, and make the United Stand part of your life in 2017, because it is a family. We say it how it is. You come on here and say how it is, and I'm annoyed, but I don't know what you'd said about Fellaini. I'm actually going to be positive about Fellaini, and then you can tell me whether, because we might be. I think it's always quite funny to walk out of the room, let you have a say, and then everyone else gets to hear what I say, and we can see where we're at. But I think the midfield missed Carrick. I don't blame United for that. I think we miss Carrick. We know that. We miss Carrick. You miss that player who can run a midfield, who can play 40-yard passes forward very quickly. So I don't blame any of the midfield for that, because you will miss Carrick. Would I have played Fellaini? Probably not. What I've liked about Fellaini tonight, this afternoon, is we've actually played him in the one position I've always been moaning about that we don't play him in, which is off the striker, getting right in the penalty box. I don't think we've hit him enough, to be honest, but he's had a couple of opportunities. I'd still take him off, because I think we're not grabbing the midfield enough, and I think Schweinsteiger in there, Pogba further forward, we can do without Fellaini really, and have Herrera and Schweinsteiger. But he's not done too bad, but I think that's where we've had slight problems, is we've not been able to grab the midfield.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Fellaini's actually played quite well, and he's trying his absolute hardest, but I just think that there's too much onus in that midfield for Paul Pogba to play forward passes, because Fellaini can't. Every pass that he makes is always backwards. And Herrera, that's not really his game. His game's more about winning the ball high up and just being a general pain in the arse for the other team, which he's absolutely fantastic at. So there's a lot of onus on Pogba to play forward passes, and it shouldn't be all on one man. So that's where we could do with a Schweinsteiger, just to kind of, balance the team out and pick some forward passes and let Pogba push on a bit, because Pogba will start to drop back when he realises that the forward passes are not coming sort of further behind him.
Yes, I must say I am disappointed that the goal wasn't given. I'm very disappointed because my bet was that we would win by 2 clear goals, and I think we are going to struggle to do that. But I still think we'll win, Ross. Do you?
Yeah, 100%. And I think Zlatan, I mean, it is so annoying because Zlatan will probably go on and score one more, and then he'll tie with Messi, and then that goal would have, put him ahead, which is English refs, just ruining his year, basically, which is, well done to the ref at Lee Mason, all idiot. So, yeah, it's annoying, but I think we'll go on and win it. We just got to go out there. I mean, you can take this one or two ways, I mean, we've hit the post twice, we've had a goal disallowed, and that can dishearten a team, and you can actually go out there quite a negative, thinking it's just not going to be our day. Or you can go out there and use this as fire, say, what Mourinho will be doing in that dressing room, I can absolutely guarantee, is saying the refs are against you, the whole country's against you, you need to go out there and prove them wrong, get them all fired up, go out there second half and absolutely smash them.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think, one thing I didn't mention is maybe Mata could come on and do something. Not necessarily just Schweinsteiger. You could put Mata in there at number 10. I think there's a different way of playing. I think we've done something for 45 minutes that hasn't quite got us the goal, although we should have had it. I certainly think that what Fellaini has offered is just another problem in the penalty box. It's not that, normally a team's just got to deal with Zlatan. They've got another tall player in there, and that has given Zlatan a little bit of freedom. Somebody just said there, Fellaini has had a lot of opportunities as well. We just need to get that goal, and then I think we will be fine. But the game is certainly there for us to win this game, and I hope that we do. I'm confident. Ross, I think I can't tell how far off full-time we are. Full-time, half-time we are.
I haven't got a clue. I've got some awful stream.
What? You're not watching it on an illegal stream, surely?
No, of course I'm not.
Who is on the bench, Mark, says Chimi. Mata's on the bench, Schweinsteiger's on the bench, Rojo and Jones are on the bench, and it's Lingard and Rashford. So we've got options on there. Let's just get these 3 points now, I know people moan about the goal difference, but let's get the 3 points. Martial is on fire. Who would have been your player of the half, actually? Would it have been Martial, Ross?
100%, absolutely. He was absolutely amazing. Just quickly, I keep seeing comments saying 11v12. It's actually 11v14 if you take the linesman and the fourth official into it, because we're literally against the whole of anyone employed by the FA at the minute.
It does feel like it, doesn't it? Ross is at Hazard90 on Twitter, aren't you?
Yep. And if you look at my last tweet, you'll see in explicit form what I really think of that referee as well.
That's why I said it. Go and have a look at @Hazard90 on Twitter and the last tweet and give it a retweet and give him a follow as well. But thanks for coming on again, Ross.
Cheers, Mark. Happy New Year to you, mate, and all the United Stand followers.
Yeah, you too, pal. Whatever you're doing tonight, and we'll reconvene in the new year, hopefully with United and another 3 points.
That's it. Cheers, Mark.
Cheers, pal. Right, I mean, I'm confident that we'll get it won in the second half. Why wouldn't I be? The second half is about to start. Martial, absolutely superb in that half, and that's exactly what we want to see from him in a Manchester United shirt. And I'm getting really annoyed with this computer. And we've just kicked off as well, just to let you know. So let's get this game won. I'm not even too sure what's going on. No changes, obviously. I mean, you know what? As I said, as much as you can moan about Fellaini, and I don't think he should be anywhere near a United shirt, where he's been playing in this game hasn't been a major problem for us. He is a sort of an option that's giving up a bit of free time. How's the game been, says Matthew McFadden? You know, it's not been domination City at all. It's, you know, Middlesbrough have had their opportunities, but we deserve to be in front, and we actually are in front. We are 1-0 in front, but it's 0-0 because a refereeing decision which is just beyond understandable, really. Cross comes in, great play by Martial. Zlatan uses the soles of his feet. His foot is quite high, but the ball's in the back of the net. He follows through and connects with Valdez. Some people would say, actually, if the ball doesn't go in the net, it's a penalty to United. But I would say it is neither. The ball's in the back of the net. That's the end of that play. The minute the ball crosses the line, that's the end of that play. And when the ball has hit the back of the net still, there is no connection between Zlatan and Valdez. It is therefore a goal because there is no impact to allow the ball to go in the back of the net. What Zlatan does not impede on the keeper at all. And I am slightly concerned. I still think we'll win it in this half, but I'm slightly concerned that could play on our minds a little bit. We shouldn't let it do that because it would just be back to the Stoke and Burnley days, and we don't want to be there where we should have won a game and it's been robbed away from us. But let's see what happens. Chelsea are 1-1 apparently. Oh, just what a time to look at the screen. We have just surpassed 60,000 subscribers, which is absolutely unbelievable. Keep subscribing if you're new to the United Stand. But I applaud you all. That is mission impossible where we started from at the start of this stream just over 2 hours ago. To have gone past it is absolutely unbelievable. The United Stand just keeps growing bigger and bigger. Your voice keeps going louder and louder. And it's great to have you. And there's plenty of you, it seems, new people involved in the channel. Absolutely brilliant. Keep subscribing, getting involved. And as I've always said, this great thing about subscribing is if you do the little bell thing, you'll get notifications every time we go live. And as we go into the transfer window, we're normally live at 8:30 every weeknight with like Skype shows where you can Skype in and have your say, previews, etc. But during the, I was hoping United were going to score just as we hit 60,000 as well. But during the transfer window, around between 12 and 1 o'clock every weekday as well, we're going to be doing a live 5-minute stream as to what's going on with United in relation to transfers, and that will start for you tomorrow, and it'll be every day for January, because I still think that the Lindelof deal is done, even though the British press don't. Woo! I mean, a lot of people saying congratulations. I applaud you all. You know, this is your channel. This is absolutely 100%. The United Stand is the independent Manchester United channel, and we don't work without you. That's why we're the first to have the live comments and everything. So it doesn't work without you. So it is 100% down to you lot, and you should feel part of it, because I thought it was one. Wow, we need United to score a goal now. Diego's asking about the jacket. I was talking about that a couple of hours ago, funnily enough, as well. It's a United Stand retro Adidas 1985 Cup Final jacket. And they sold it through the United Stand website. The Manchester United website before last Christmas, which was when I got it. Not the Christmas just gone a year ago. They're not selling it anymore, so you might be able to get one if you're lucky, just by looking around on eBay and stuff. But I will give this one away eventually, washed. But they are lovely. Martial down the left here. Blind skips past one, needs to put the ball into the back of the net, and he's overhit it, unfortunately. We just don't want this game to start running away. People wanted me to do a dab. I'm not dabbing because I'll only dab when we sell Fellaini. I've been very consistent about that. I'd love to dab for you. I think but it's your celebration as well. The thing is, we wanted to do it before the end of the year because we knew we were going to probably go over it in January. So we sort of thought, well, it'd be nice just to leave 2016 with the 60,000 done, which is what you've all done. And next year, who knows what's possible. But to hit the 60,000 is fantastic. But it won't mean anything if United don't get a goal here, which they should do with Zlatan. Oh, it's a good save by bloody Valdez. A good little ball through by Pogba. And I think it just past the penalty spot as he hits it. And he tries to dink it in, but Valdez makes the save. Valdez, who is not very popular because of the goal. It was straight at him, that one, to be honest. But we're pushing, we're knocking on the door. We've got 40 minutes to do this. VIP Preds, are you the idiot that runs the United Stand Twitter account? Well, you're the idiot watching the United Stand live stream. Oh, overhead kick by Pogba, just wide. I thought he'd nestled it in the net. Just watching this back by Pogba again. It doesn't really connect. He shins it. West Brom 2-1 up against Southampton. Good. Bloody bottlers. I thought they'd get something out of Spurs at home the other night. They were absolutely atrocious. Although, another dodgy referee. But, Spurs have got Mike Dean in their pocket. And, every game he's reffed the Spurs game this season, of which there's been 3, he's sent an opposition player off. Every referee we have just totally undermines what we're trying to do. Daley Blind's obviously been told to get a lot closer to Traore because he's doing that and doing a lot better this half. Let's not forget, Middlesbrough did get a 0-0 draw at Arsenal and they got a draw at City. So still a long way to go yet, but any win's a win. And we're sort of getting into that point now, aren't we? I would hope he'd take Fellaini off at some point, but I bet he doesn't. I really do bet he doesn't. I mean, I'm not going to start saying take Fellaini off yet because I don't think we really should be making any substitutions till 60 minutes. But I think once we hit that, he would be the substitution I would be making. I'm drinking water. Let's put you into that. I don't know whether Mad Marcus is on the live comments today. I haven't seen him for a while, but I'm sure he'll comment if he is. Nice new layout, says AKZ. Oh my god! It should be 1-0. It's Pogba with a cross sort of shot. It was offside anyway. It was offside. Whether it actually was offside, I do not know. Just because the linesman says it's offside doesn't mean it was. But United on a good break here. Pogba feeding. He actually isn't offside there. You know why he's not offside? Because part of his body is level. So there we go. But he missed anyway. Apparently Jaden says that they sell these jackets in Cork. Burnley are beating Sunderland, which is good. And Mad Marcus is here. I've just put somebody into a timeout for something I didn't like. It was just to let you know. Why did Valdez leave United? Never understood, says Ryan Goodwin. Fell out with Van Gaal, didn't he? And Borough have got a break on here. Past one. And he shoots wide. This is the problem. We could go 1-0 down, which would be absolutely ridiculous. What minute are we in? Just 54 minutes. So we're 9 minutes into the second half. Melik is happy that we've hit 60,000. It is amazing, absolutely brilliant. No subs at the moment. How long has gone? 54 minutes and 20 seconds. Feed Martial, that's what we need to do. He's been great today. A lot of hard work. He's got the ball at the moment. He's worked really well with Pogba in tandem. Oh. I'm a bit quiet because it's a little bit tense at the moment. Bailey's trying to go on his own. He can't. And Middlesbrough clear for a throw-in. It should be 1-0. Robin Hammergan, it really should be 1-0, but we need to sort of forget that for the moment because it nearly was 1-0 there. It was just a bad bit of control. Valencia's been very good again. Deserves. This is the opportunity. Herrera cross, well defended by Borough. We've certainly tried to cause Middlesbrough more problems in the air, but you know they are a good side like that, and is a foul. Yeah, me. Lee Mason is a twat, says Alan. I wouldn't disagree with that. Oh God, why does it do that? I'm typing and then it just takes me out of it. There's a yellow card here. Blind. I don't really want to see Daily Blind book, to be honest. But it was a deserved yellow card. It might get a bit exposed a little bit now, and we don't really have a left back to come on. Darmian not even on the bench today. I don't know what's happening. Darmian is a really weird one, isn't he? He wasn't involved at the start. We thought that was in history. Then he was getting picked at left back ahead of Blind. Now he's not even on the bench. Will he play against West Ham? I do not know. Weird one, Darmian. Middlesbrough's midfield have certainly fought our midfield, and they've not outfought it. But there's no timer, Nathan, because I'm stuck in this stream. Nothing is working. So even if we score, I don't think I can't update it, which is quite. I don't want it to be 0-0, but it is 0-0, and it will stay 0-0 till the end of this game, unfortunately, on this screen. But there is normally a timer, but it froze in about the first half an hour of the stream, and without starting and stopping it again, which I don't want to do. Fellaini nearly getting on the end of something there. Still plenty of time left in this game. We will surely score. It cannot be 0-0. I think I tell you what, we were talking about Pogba. I think Pogba's played really well this half again. Just doesn't get the credit he deserves. Zlatan with the header. No, he didn't win the header, and Middlesbrough will clear it. Fair play to Middlesbrough. They've sort of passed it out of trouble there, but we've won it back. Fellaini does well. And Valencia. Beer Eats. When was the last time you watched Forest? 1991. Should they put Lingard on, Jabari? I wouldn't. Not when you've got Mata or Schweinsteiger or Rashford who could come on. I wouldn't. Lingard's not a match winner for me. Well, he could be, but I'd rather we put somebody else on. Martial's cross is okay, but it's cleared. I think the crossing into the box thing isn't working, and I don't know why Ander Herrera keeps doing that. Love Ander Herrera, but shooting from 30, 40 yards. When have you, and you know, you've not done anything like that for a long time. Waste of a time shot. Gungshi makes a good point. Disallowed goal or not, we should be winning this game. And I think we're moving into that. It's a very good comment, really. Yeah, we should be 1-0 up, but, you know, it's a good point. We're just about to hit 60 minutes. It's 59 and 35 seconds. 3D3 Story 3R Gaming wants a shout out. The reason I don't think we'll see Fellaini come off in this game is because obviously as you approach the last half an hour and Middlesbrough take more steps back, having somebody tall on actually quite helps, but it makes us very predictable. We're just chucking ball after ball into the box at the moment, and Middlesbrough are not having any problems defending it. I'd just like to see a little bit more trickery, and that's a bad ball by Blind, and Martial's going to have to work back here because Middlesbrough on the break. You've got to be careful though. These sort of games, they could have a tendency for Middlesbrough to get ahead, which we do not want to see. Pogba here on one of his runs though, totally underappreciated for being able to do that. And there's not many people who can. That's got to be a pass back. Why is that never a pass back when a defender interrupts a through ball, kicks it up in the air, and the keeper picks it up? He doesn't need to pick it up. He could have headed it. It takes an advantage there. The pass back thing is still part of the game, and it never ever gets pulled up. How is Mickey doing, MUFC fans? I don't really, not amazingly. Chelsea have gone 2-1 up. That'll annoy Liverpool fans. I mean, I tell you what, I don't give a shit about what Chelsea are doing. We've got to win this game. If we don't win this game, it is 2 massive points dropped. Disallowed goal or not, we should be winning this game. It's all gone a little bit too predictable, and I think what he's trying to do is he wants to keep that height threat on of Fellaini and Ibrahimovic, but it's making us very, very predictable. But it only takes 1 goal and the game will change. Martial into the box. The thing is, Middlesbrough have got so many men back. He's a good player, this Traore. He's just ran basically from his left-back position right across the pitch, and then he switched it out to Negredo, can't keep it in. He's a good player, though. He is a good player. Delafu, we are making a substitution, and it. Oh no, we're not. We are. This is. God, Stuart Downing still plays. We are going to make a substitution. I just don't know who it is for. I'll be absolutely appalled if it's Mkhitaryan. But then again, you know what? We have got a game on Monday, but that game on Monday will become pretty irrelevant if we don't win this one. But let's see. I can't see who it is who's coming on. It looks to me like it's Rojo. It might be Rojo for Blind because Blind's obviously on a yellow card, which is actually quite an intelligent move to make by Mourinho because you don't want to see him getting sent off, and that Traore is causing us a problem. Also, Rojo has got a good delivery, so that'd be I wouldn't disagree with that substitution. I disagree with us taking either Martial or Mkhitaryan off because I think they're the sort of players that can win us this game. It's a foul to United there. We're about to see who the substitution's going to be. This ref's just lost his way. I mean, it's like your granddad running around refereeing it. He really should not be refereeing Premier League games. It is Daily Blind for Rojo, which I agree with that substitution. I'm not going to moan about it. I think it's the right substitution to make. Apparently... Hear me? Yeah, you can. Fellaini's coming off for Mata. Brilliant. That's exactly what we wanted to do. 2 very good substitutions there. 2 good substitutions. don't think the Fellaini fun bus will be leaving shore just yet, but it's a good substitution. I'm happy with that. 3-2 to Chelsea. Still a bit of time left in this game. Martial into the box. Cross. Oh, I just wanted somebody to be on the end of it. They weren't quite. Valencia. Cross. Doesn't beat the first man. It's going to get exciting now. I think with Mata on, this is the team I probably would have started, really. Mata in at number 10. Martial's got the space. He's got the shot. Oh, it's a good save. It's straight at Valdez. We're stepping it up a bit. Live comments have gone. Don't know why the live comments have gone. That's annoying. I told you this stream was messing around. It's really frustrating. Right, usually the live comments is gone. I'm fully aware of it, but it's not gone on the actual YouTube stream, and I can still read it. So don't worry about that. I'll try and get it back for you. But no, it doesn't want to play ball. I don't even know why it's done that, which is really frustrating. We're 66 minutes in. I can't sort the live comments out while we're live because I'll have to close the stream down, which is the same reason why I couldn't get the. We've lost everything. Look, the Manchester United B Borough thing's gone as well. That is annoying, but we'll carry on. I mean, this game's starting to get to the point now where I don't want to be starting new streams or anything like that. Middlesbrough have just scored as well. Absolutely disgraceful. You can't. The thing is, you can't curse the referee. We should be 1-0 up, but you can't curse the referee. The referee has been atrocious, but we've had plenty of times to get back in this game. Who's marking who there? Who's winning that header? You know, it's a cross into the box. Nobody's attacking it. It's a simple head down for, I think, Negredo. The midfielder's not been followed. The midfield run's not been followed. Absolutely shocking. I'm watching it back again. This is just ball watching. Ball watching at this level. 1-0 to Middlesbrough. Well, it looks like Rashford's coming on. But a point's 2 points dropped, isn't it? So just not good enough. Not good enough at all. Stunned, really. Stunned. "20 minutes to save our season, really. You can't be dropping these 2 points. You can't be dropping these 2 points. Mata, Zlatan, Valdez. I mean, it's typical, isn't it? Every fucking game at Old Trafford, the keeper turns up and plays like he's bloody daddy long legs. Absolutely saving everything. I mean, Zlatan's here. Mata puts it wide. Zlatan's here. And they've got men. They've got about 3 men behind Valdez anyway, so we're probably not going to score, but... frustration will creep in now because we are frustrated. I think he'll take Martial off for Rashford. A lot of people are saying... Jabari's saying, why have you gone silent after the game? I mean, I'm a fan like anybody else, and I'm not stunned. I think in these games when it's 0-0 for so long, most Premier League teams, apart from Spurs, who just didn't play with the striker, they're going to get a chance. You can't go 0-0. Teams will get a chance against you. And they had a chance. They scored a goal. I think, admittedly, it was our own fault, bad defending, but I said probably 10 minutes before the Fellaini substitution that it was. I could see what we were trying to do, but it was too samey. Middlesbrough were dealing with it too easily. Pretty much, Zlatan's goal was a goal, but even then it's only 1-0. Middlesbrough might still score that goal. In fact, 1-0 down, Middlesbrough would have shown more attacking intent. So we can't complain about, we should have the goal. But that doesn't stop Middlesbrough still scoring a goal and it being 1-1, and we'd be disappointed with that now. So, 1-0 is very disappointing, but we're our own enemies. We're at Old Trafford. We're against Middlesbrough. Yes, it was a goal, but that's not why we're losing. You need more than one goal, and we've not really created enough because our whole game plan has basically been putting balls into the box to Fellaini and Zlatan, and Middlesbrough have been more than capable of dealing with that. I think we needed to be a little bit more cute in the way we were going to go about winning this game. I would have played Mata at number 10, and this game is petering out now. Middlesbrough have got the goal. They're now trying to 12 for 19. So he's taking Smalling off for Rashford. We're going for it. We need to win it. I don't blame him. But I tell you what, as well, the bad thing is we're exerting a lot of energy in this game, and we've got a game on Wednesday, haven't we? So I'm going to get so much shit tonight. I'm glad I'm going out drinking, because if we lose this, or even if we draw it, it looks very, very difficult for us to get top 4, doesn't it? Leicester are beating West Ham. I mean, who gives a shit, really? Chelsea are beating Stoke 3-2. Daft Bus is watching at Old Trafford and he's leaving. I never realised actually we might get people watching from Old Trafford. That's interesting. We need a goal quite quick, that's for sure. I think Smalling's let him down again, to be honest. Poor defending, gets stuck under the cross and then loses his man as well. Rashford's in here, goes past one. Oh, come on, somebody get on the end of it. It's good play by Rashford, to be fair. I think we might just run out of time in this game at the moment. Mata's cross is decent. Again, it's balls into the box. Don't shoot, Herrera. Fuck off. I wish Herrera would stop doing that. Shooting from bloody 30 yards. It was a great run by Rashford. There's just nobody there. We are, Middlesbrough are sitting back. Oh, God. I think we've just lacked confidence, haven't we? It's been very easy for Middlesbrough as well. Mkhitaryan's been quite quiet. But Middlesbrough just got 10 men behind the ball all the time. It's difficult. The problem with this is Middlesbrough be over the moon with a point. So they're not only they're defending for 2 goals now. They've got 2 chances to sort of keep us out. I mean, we're very happy with a point, but Middlesbrough will be. I'm not happy with a point. We haven't even got a point at the moment. Mata, Martial. It's just they're dealing with the cross into the box too comfortably. Valencia overhits the cross for me there. Zlatan, there's nobody going to get on the end of that. Herrera getting in the way of somebody, or was it Mkhitaryan? shot, saved by the keeper. I just think Valdez is going to end up being man of the match. Typical, isn't it? What a way. What a way. I mean, a lot of people are saying they're angry with the referee. I mean, I totally agree with it. If you saw us at half-time, I wasn't happy with the referee, but come on. It's one goal. It's one goal. And Middlesbrough have got one goal, so it would still be 1-1. I mean, I know that's not how football works, but... Still 15 minutes. Rojo's waving an imaginary yellow card. No Carrick, no party, says Carl Prescott. Pick Fellaini, you don't win games. You can throw all sorts of sentences out. I'll reserve judgment till this game is over, but I think Chris Smalling is just probably written his own P45 at United, really, because it was shocking defending. Martial's in the box here. Somebody just trip him up, for please, God's sake. Not that we're ever going to get a penalty. Middlesbrough defending like their life depends on it. Martial is saying, why is it not a goal kick? Why is it not a corner? Because the ref's shit, basically, Tony. Just get on with it. FIFA 17 player, they've had one shot on target. We've had 6. If the game ended now 1-0, you know what Mourinho's going to say. How did we lose that game? You know, we've totally dominated it, but this is real life, mate. You know, he knows it as well as we do. He's not going to say the truth, is he? The real life is that we should be beat, regardless of whatever refereeing decision, and it was a shocking decision, we should still be able to win this game. What does it do to our top 4 chances? It puts us into a territory I never thought we were going to be in. Foul to Middlesbrough now. I really didn't think we were going to come out of Sunderland and Borough with anything less than 6 points, and I think that, you know, at this stage of the season we've dropped so many points at home. I mean, it is not over yet, this game, but we look back at Stoke and Burnley, we look back at Arsenal, we look back at West Ham and all the points that we've dropped there, and then if we lose another 2 at home to Middlesbrough, anything can happen. But the clock's ticking down. I mean, we needed to get that first goal very, very quickly. We haven't got that. Of course, I'll take a point, but it's 2 points dropped. It's 2 points drops. But there's still time. I'm sure we're going to get another chance. I'm sure we'll get another chance, but there's no goal. Don't listen to people. There hasn't been a goal for United. Just focus on what I'm saying and don't listen to the people in the live comments. Bit of a break for United here. It's a good ball by Mkhitaryan. Rashford will do very well, but he will keep it in. He's down in the left corner flag at the moment, though. Into the box. Why is that not a foul when he goes past the player and the player stops him going past? Again, if it's outside the penalty box, it's a penalty. People can say it's soft or anything like that. Rashford basically skins the player. We're going to watch it back again. He goes past the player and the player holds him from going past him. It's a foul. You know what? It's soft, but it's a penalty. You know what? It is. You can't do that. But the referee is just determined not to give United anything. Penalty there on Rashford for me. It's corruption at a whole new level. Absolutely shocking. I still don't think that that's the reason United are going to lose this game or not win it. I think they need to look at themselves. You know, we haven't created enough chances. We've kept doing the same game plan, putting the ball into the box, and to be honest, against Middlesbrough, that's not going to work. These are championship defenders who are used to the high ball. You've got to be a little bit cuter than that. "79 minutes and 23 seconds. You know what? I've got no love for Valdez at all. I felt sorry for Van Gaal having a go at him publicly. I'd have a right go at him publicly as well. What I would say is that if we don't win this game, and it's looking highly unlikely, whatever Liverpool and City do doesn't really matter, because we haven't won our game to make any points on anybody. So it really makes no difference at all. We needed to win this game, and if you can't beat Middlesbrough at home, I'm of the same opinion. If you can't beat Stoke and Burnley at home, ultimately it's going to cause you issues. But we've got 10 minutes to sort of sort our season out. Martial should have scored there. Put through 1-on-1 by Mata. And he's actually down injured at the moment. But United can't afford to put it out. We can't afford to put it out. We haven't put it out. We're still playing on. He's down injured. Martial in the box. Pogba shoots from distance and it's into the arms of Valdez. I mean, Martial should have scored. It was a lovely little pass by Martial through. It's a penalty. It's a bloody penalty on Martial as well. Martial, if you're not going to give the goal because Zlatan, that's a penalty on Martial. That is a penalty on Martial. He takes the shot and then he gets scythed down. Penalty. If you're going to not give a goal for something that happens after the ball goes into the back of the net, you've just totally and utterly contradicted yourself. You cheating bloody referee. Penalty on Martial as well. He's an absolute disgrace, this referee. I'm glad I saw that back, because that is an absolute disgrace. He's well and truly just shown what a corrupt cheat he is, that referee. He didn't give the Zlatan goal because Zlatan scored, and after he'd scored, he supposedly fouled Valdez. Martial's just shot, and after he's shot, he's just been taken out. And so it's a penalty, and it isn't given. Ridiculous. Absolutely disgraceful referee. But we knew that anyway. I wasn't going to start going on about the referee because I think, United still should be able to win this game. But that is just 100% contradiction. And we cannot hit the back of the net at the moment as well. Matters just to hit one that... Clattenburg's not the referee, it's Lee Mason. I don't think we're going to get a goal in this game, I think it's just one of those things. It was a penalty on Martial, Harvey Matthews. I probably wouldn't give a penalty for it, but in the way this referee's sort of making up his own rules, and in the way he's made them, I mean, that's another foul on Mata there. He shoots and he's taken out after the ball. It's taken me a few minutes to sort of understand what this referee's rule book is. There isn't one. It's basically phone call from the FA and stop Manchester United winning this game. But basically, there's Zlatan goal in the first half. Zlatan scores, and after the ball's gone in the net, he collides with Valdez. So the referee gave a foul. What happened there is Martial had a shot, and after the shot's gone, he's fouled. So in the book of Lee Mason, that should be a penalty. But he's obviously cheating against Manchester United, so that won't happen. I don't know what the rules in football are anymore because this referee is just an absolute disgrace. Should not be the reason Manchester United aren't winning it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yes, 1-1. Martial. Zlatan knocks it forward. Chests it down into Martial, and Martial scores. 1-1. We are 1-1 now. You can look at it and you can say thank you. We've got 5 minutes to try and rescue a point. It can be done. They've not disallowed the goal yet. It's 1-1. Come on. Come on, let's do it. Brilliant head down. I'm surprised that Middlesbrough left themselves so exposed. But it's a long ball. And let's go for it. We know there's surely going to be another chance for us in this game. Deep breaths. Come on. We've got 5 minutes. There'll surely be a chance. We've sort of given ourselves a chance of winning this game now. Let's just do it. Come on. Have we got enough time? We've got enough time. We just need to get the bloody chance into the chances. That's what we need to create. Middlesbrough are surely going to defend like their lives. They have done already. Mata. Oh, what's he doing there? What is he doing there? And they'll clear it, but we will pick it up. Herrera trying to find something going forward. Come on. Let's get the second one. Let's get the show on the road. Mata, he's over it, but he's still got a little bit of time. Mata into the box. Yes! 2-1! Come on! Paul Pogba! Come on! Come on! 2-1! Have it! Have it! Have it! Have it! Have it! Come on! Where are you now, you hating shits? Come on! Come on! Come on! Woo! It feels so good. It feels so good. Mata puts the cross in. Pogba gets the head. Valdez rooted to the spot. We're having it. It's 2-1 Manchester United. Oh, come on. Just come on and keep coming. Brilliant. Absolutely well and truly brilliant. Pogba. Pog boom. Whatever. Pog boom on Twitter. Oh, come on. That 3 points. We've not got them yet. Let's not sit back. Let's just not sit back. But that 3 points, we need this 3 points absolutely, massively. Now it's nervous time, isn't it? You know, Middlesbrough have had one chance in this game. You can guarantee we're now going to start sitting back and giving them more. De Gea's got it. Don't worry. Calm down. Let's get another one. Pogba scored. Pogba scored. Pogba scored. Both very good goals as well. Both good goals. I mean, Martial's goal was great. Do I feel sorry? No, I don't feel sorry for Middlesbrough. What are you on about? Mourinho's just gone up to him, given him a hug. But we need 3 points. We've got no room for error in any of our games at the moment. Certainly not these sort of games. I mean, West Ham on Monday, I think we need to win that. But we'll take every game as it comes. But you've got to be beating Middlesbrough at home. Middlesbrough showing some intent now, which is typical. Oh, God. Straight at De Gea. Good. Let him shoot from 30 yards. Oh, God. Just we'll be so happy if we win this game. Come on, we're on the break here. Kill it. Kill the game. Oh, we're trying to pass it around. I don't want to do that. For some of you, it is a great start to the new year, but we've not won yet. It's not 2-2. Don't listen to the comeback. Don't listen to the comments on there. We've still got quite a long time left in this game. They're trying to say that it was a penalty to Middlesbrough. You're having an absolute laugh. It's shoulder to shoulder. It's not a penalty. Never in a million years. Forget it. I can't get the live chats back. I can't update the score. We've had this for the last hour and a half. I apologise. It's not normally like this on a stream. We normally have the timer. We normally have the goal scorers. We normally have your live comments on there. But for some reason, they're not working, but thank God the stream has survived, and we will have it sorted out for the game against West Ham at the moment. Thank you for getting me talking, because I'm very nervous and I'm just trying to watch the clock go down and get this game won, because we need to win, obviously. I will be doing my live match reaction straight after the game. I'll set that up straight after, and we'll do that. Good tackle. God, nervous. Thanks, Martial and Pogba. It's fine, Mark. Don't worry. What time is it? We're just 90 minutes now. I don't know how long he's going to add on. 4 minutes. Oh, God. 4 minutes. It's a free kick to United. That's good. That's what we want. I hate, football. The wondrous thing about football is, though, it's been absolutely all United since we went 1-0 down. And, you get to 2-1 and then suddenly United, it's just the way football, isn't it? United's attitude changes because we're, we want to win the game, so we start sitting back. Middlesbrough now want to get something from the game, so they show a different intent to the game. It's what makes football so great. Man of the match for me, I'd give it to Anthony Martial. I think he was brilliant first half. That goal when we needed it. Fantastic performance from him. I think Herrera's played quite well. Stepping into that Carrick void, very, very difficult. I think Pogba again, very, very good. Valencia good. They've been my standout players. Bay's done okay. Smalling, a poor game from Smalling, I think. Zlatan, he's done all right. He'd be disappointed not to have got on the score sheet. But this game is not... I'm trying to just talk because this game is not done yet. Not by any means. Martial, this could be 3. He's not offside. He is offside. I thought Mata was through 1-on-1 there, and the referee did give offside, which is frustrating. But... 92 minutes. Middlesbrough on the attack. Bow the whistle, says Harvey Matthews. I think he means blow it. Mourinho giving the ball to Callum Chambers. Remember, we've took Smalling off for Rashford as well, which makes us defensively not as sound as we could be. Good ball, first time by Mata. Do you go for the corner flag here if you're Marcus Rashford? You probably should do. He didn't. I think the innocence of youth there from Rashford, he put a cross in and it sort of now invites Borough back when he should have probably gone for the corner flag. Middlesbrough trying to push forward here. Valencia just blasts it for a throw-in. De Gea catches it. 93 minutes and 20 seconds. Breathe. This is a massive 3 points to come back from where we've got. If we can just do it, it'll be absolutely probably the best 3 point. Well, the most recent points are always the best points, but we need it. I mean, to turn this round is great if we can. If we've turned it round. Can we win the game? Just somebody run for the corner, please. I mean, what's Valencia doing there? Just somebody keep the ball. Go for the corner and keep the ball. This will be the last attack for Middlesbrough. That's all I would say. He should be blowing now. We're into the 94th minute. Yes, come on. Manchester United have won the game 2-1. Absolutely superb. If you've watched it on the live stream, it's been an absolute pleasure to win it from a position of real frustration. Welcome to all those bitter rivals who were coming on and having a laugh. I'm sure you've left us now. We've won the game 2-1. It's an absolutely fantastic 3 points for Manchester United. We needed them. We got them. We can actually now watch Liverpool against Manchester City, knowing that we're going to make points on some of them. I'm going to end this stream. I apologise for the score lacking and all that lot. I don't know why that's happened. I'll end this stream. I'm going to open up a new one in about 2 or 3 minutes' time, and I'll do my match reaction on